leaving. You know, wonder they're strong, right? And a lot of
Oh, we got a bit of a sound break there, Darcy. We can actually talk for a second here. The game time about to start here between the Rocky Mountain Raiders and the St. Albert Slash. Both teams coming up 2-0 going into the game yesterday. Raiders coming out on top of that one as they head into the final game as a home team now. This will be it. Last year was where the Raiders, the same two teams came to meet in the gold medal final last year's Provincials, with the St. Albert Slash coming out on top. So this will be the year that the Raiders want to make that a different outcome. But of course the Slash want to make it their own outcome and come on top as well. They want to make it a two-peat.
Well, as St. Albert found out last year, you just don't know how far you can go. Once you win out of your province, there's the hope that you're going to continue on. But then you play BC, and then that's a battle, and then you move on from there. And then, of course, the national tournament is something that not a lot of players get the opportunity to go to. So once they got there, they took full advantage and did an excellent job, and obviously brought home the SO Cup to Alberta. So fantastic for Alberta Female Hockey League and for the talent pool that's here in Alberta. So
yeah, it was a great showcase, like you say, across the SO Cup to showcase the type of talent and ability we have. We have two teams such as those we're playing today with the ability to go all the way to the national finals. That really does show how well the Hockey Alberta program is for developing talent. Well, as both teams line up on the blue line, they're going to be checking out for the play the anthem, and we'll be back to you in a few seconds here. All right, so a quick update for you for the starting lineup for the Rocky Mountain Raiders today. Number 12, Kate Lewis. Number 16, Chloe Putafant. Number 17, Meg Dyer. Number 18, Brianne Trotter. Number 19, Nicole Fry. And number 31 in goal for the Raiders today, number 31, Gabriella Durante. For the St. Albert Slash, starting lineup, number 4, Taylor Anker. Number 6, Mackenzie Butts. Number 11, Jamie Doyle. Number 12, Tyra Moropoulos. Number 22, Madison Willen. And in goal, number 29, Cameron Drever. St. Albert getting control of the puck in the neutral zone, dumping it in is Jamie Doyle. Jamie Doyle plays in behind the net, but back to stop her is Meg Dyer. Bailing her out is Brianne Trotter as the puck's bit loose. Nicole Fry looking for a cross-ice pass. Gets it over to Kate Lewis. Kate Lewis has Chloe Putafant in the center. Mackenzie Butts for the defense for Lloyd Michigan. Now gets it back to Taylor Anker. She puts it up ice to Jamie Doyle. Doyle centering intended for Madison Willen. Stopped there by Josie McLeod. And the puck gets dumped in where Natalie Funk gets the puck for the defense for the Raiders. Centering pass, but St. Albert will be offside. They've got a delayed offside here. They're able to clear. There they go. They finally clear and try and bring it in, but this time Laura Jordan for the Rocky Raiders has it back to Kira Condrat. Holding it in is Isabel Posey, shot from the point. First shot of the game, a nice pad save on the left side by Cameron Drever. Battle for the puck on the boards to the right of Cameron Drever in the corner. Kara Condrat comes up with it. She tries to step into the slot. She's stopped there by number 21 for St. Albert. That's Kirsten Legg. Battle for the slot, shot in close. Wow, Mary McDonald had a huge chance just in the slot. Puck came to her. She said, looky, look what I got to do here. And Cameron Drever said, I don't think so. She snapped out that glove and snapped it out of the air at 8:29 of the first period. 2 shots on goal for the home team Raiders, playing the guest St. Albert Slash in this gold medal final of the Midget AAA Female Hockey Provincial Championships for Hockey Alberta. In the corner, number 21, Josie McLeod, battling against 3 St. Albert players. Isabella Lajoie gets it. LaPlante gets it, puts it back in the neutral zone, where Nora Elliott puts it forward to number 11 for the Raiders, Kaya Borbandy. Nora Elliott gets tied up with Emily Borbandy. Emma Borbandy is, they're trying to be both battling for a puck. They weren't a whole lot of team communication going on there for a minute, as the Raiders battle for it inside the zone, put it forward into the blue line for the St. Albert Slash. Taylor Anker playing that forward to McKenna Schuttler. Unfortunately out of her reach, so that will be icing against the St. Albert Slash. Coming back to the right of Cameron Drever at 17:40 the first period. So on broadcast with me today is Mr. Darcy Rosie, the voice of the Red Deer Chiefs. You have myself, Stuart Hill, on the play-by-play for the regular season, voice of the Calgary Fire. And with thanks very much to the talent of the other folks up here in the broadcast booth doing the video and also game stats.
Well, I don't know if I'd go quite so far as saying I'm the voice of the Chiefs here, but but at the moment, I guess I'm by default. That's me for the day. So
Addison Willen steps across the blue. She's stopped by number 17, Meg Dyer. Bringing the puck out of the zone now. Comes across to Brianne Trotter. She's got Nicole Fry on the opposite side. She feeds across. A bouncing puck. Nicole Fry couldn't handle that one and get a shot on net. But she had the good chance, but Cameron Drever was sliding across to get to her. Good hand-eye coordination to knock that puck down below shoulder height, so no high stick call there, as Kate Lewis looks to pass it forward. Bit of a mishandle there as Lloydminster comes up with it. Now James Doyle puts it deep. Langenhan goes in there against Meg Dyer. Battle for it in behind the Raiders net. Kara Condrat loses the puck against two Slash players. And now the puck goes against the boards, and Meg Dyer dumps it into the neutralized area, but that will be a too many men call against the Raiders, as they had a lot of traffic coming in and off the bench, and unfortunately the player who came off the bench played it when her teammate had not got off the bench yet. So that will be the first penalty of the game. It's going to be too many men at 16:38 of the first period. Laura Jordan almost getting that puck free from Kia Vale, as the Raiders are on the penalty kill for having too many men at the 16:38 mark of the first period. St. Albert trying to capitalize on this power play for the next minute 29 seconds as they move the puck around the point to Kaylee Murrah. Gotta get my name straight again. Different set of teams. Kaylee Murrah now goes back to Hewitt. McKenna Hewitt. Moves the puck to the point. Mackenzie Hewitt plays it back. Kaylee Murrah pinches out Laura Jordan from getting to the puck. Gets away with that, frankly, as she wasn't really playing the puck, and that could have been an interference call. But Kia Vale now plays it off the far side over to Jamie Doyle, who plays it up ice to Willen. Madison Willen looking for an outlet, gets it far across ice to Taylor Anker. She's got Mackenzie Butts on the point. Tries to break through traffic, but the Raiders close down that channel as Tyra Meropoulos now looking for an outlet, goes across to Mackenzie Butts on the opposite point. Madison Willen, centering pass intended for Meropoulos. Huge save by the goaltender, Gabriella Durante, for the Raiders. as they keep this scoreless.
Nice redirection there, St. Albert finding to get a stick on it, and nice little redirection. You could tell where that puck sat just after the play there that it was pretty close. So way to close those legs, Gabriella Durant, so for sure.
Face off to the right of Gabriella Durante and the Raiders and Mackenzie Butts. Back to Mackenzie Butts at the point. She plays it far side for the one-timer. Not quite able to get the full meat on it was Taylor Anchor. Mackenzie Butts again looking for the pass. She's got Tyra Meropoulos in the slot, and back to Anchor the opposite side. Willen opposite the near broadcast side. Back to Willen. Willen looks, puck goes a bit beyond her reach, so she's out battling for it. Tyra Meropoulos tried to keep it in, but just beyond her reach. It goes back, and Taylor Anchor, the defenseman for St. Albert, had wisely dropped back to be the safety. Pass to Madison Willen, keeps it deep in the zone, but keeps it under control. The Raiders eventually muscling her off the puck, and Meg Dyer puts it over to Josie McLeod. She was watched by Isabelle Lavoie. Lavoie doesn't let that get fuss her as Cameron Drever simply gloves the save there, and nice shot on net, and it's held for a whistle to the left of the St. Albert slash net at 14:22 this first period. The home team, the Raiders, are basically putting up I just noticed they matched up the home bench to the home side of the scoreboard now. They switched sides on me again.
I think they're doing that on purpose.
They're playing silly buggers.
Just to see if you're on your toes. Lots of things that obviously you don't see out there on the live stream that you might not be noticing. But Stuart's been doing an excellent job here trying to keep everything squared away, but every time he gets things sorted out, it seems to be they throw a twist at you. So good for you for noticing that. I didn't even notice it, so that's excellent.
I was just trying to match up the home shots on goal to the home bench, and I realized that, wait a minute, they're on the same side this game. So this time the Raiders, they're out shooting the St. Albert slash 5-1.
Right.
Kaylee Marat puts it off the glass down the ice. Back to get it is Natalie Funk for the Raiders, being watched closely by Shyla Kerwer, to the point where Kaylee Marat puts it back in the corner. Funk back there to get it again, and she's got Isabella Posey on the near side, who plays it up ice to Chloe Putafant, not able to handle it as she had Kia Vale and Hewitt there to put pressure on her. Nice dump by Nicole Fry, puts it deep into the Lloydminster zone where Kaylee Marat's back to play it. Nicole Fry gets in her to continue the forecheck pressure. Isabella Posey losing Kerwer at the point, able to move the puck in close. Nicole Fry, great close-in chance. Kaya Borbandy getting the rebound, not able to put it home though, is back to the point now for Putafant as St. Albert looks like they're on a penalty kill, but they just can't seem to get themselves from scrambling. They got everybody collapsed down below the hash marks, and great job by Hewitt for stepping up and closing down the lane and taking away that shot from Natalie Funk. 12:49 of the first period. St. Albert gets the icing call as they finally able to dump the puck down ice to relieve that pressure. Raiders putting on a bit of a pressure clinic there for the last couple of seconds, but keeping St. Albert penned in their zone and looking a little bit scramblish. So I'm sure that Coach Paul for the Raiders was pretty happy to see that. But I'm sure the St. Albert coach is busy giving his players a bit of a pep talk to help them get settled down and organized. Mackenzie Butts put the puck in behind the net. Goes around the backside now as Lloydminster's Mackenzie Butts again back to play it once again for her defensive partner Taylor Anchor. She plays it forward. Kate Lewis dumps the puck on net. This time Cameron Drever once again decides to just freeze it to burn some time and give her teammates a chance to organize and calm down. At 12:30 of this first period, shot 6-1 in favor of the Raiders, but the score is 0-0. Josie McLeod tries to center it. She had Laura Jordan in the slot waiting for that shot. Goes back to center ice. Meg Dyer dumps it in, not quite all the way in, as her teammate Putafant, I believe that is, manages to get in the rest of the way. That's actually Mary McDonald. Tyra Meropoulos gets Madison Willen back to Meropoulos. She goes over the blue. She's got support from Doyle on the left-hand side. Pulled over to the side by Kate Lewis. Raiders battle for it along the boards. Madison Willen comes up with it. She steps away, puts it back to the point. Taylor Anchor over to number 6, Mackenzie Butts. Huge sprawling save, though. Gabriella Durante, having to be alert, sprawls out and covers that puck. Otherwise, it would have been a nice rebound for the Madison Willen, waiting on the doorstep to put that one top shelf.
Yeah, able to stretch her legs out there and hold it tight against the post was key to the save there. So, and good patience from the St. Albert player. Didn't shoot it right away, pulled it back and tried to outweight the goaltender, but Gabriella Durante just outbested her at that point.
Emma Borbandy off the boards, gets over to Nikki Fry, who goes far side over to, this time it's Puttefant. Chloe Puttefant cross ice, intended for number 18, the captain, Brianne Trotter. Gets it on net, but again, this is a bit of a goaltending clinic so far, as Cameron Drever able to grab that one.
Yeah, that extra height, Brianne Trotter, very tall, and was able to stretch out and take a good swing and just get it towards the net. And sometimes that's all it takes. It doesn't have to be hard, just have to get it on the net, and it's got a chance. But again, another excellent save. So
yeah, it's all about putting pucks on net and getting those chances. As Kaya Borbandy now goes behind the net, she's watched by Kia Vale and Isabella Lajoie. Lajoie ties her up, and eventually Mallory Dyer steps in to help out. Nora Elliott puts the puck back to Mallory Dyer, centering pass. Goes past Kaya Borbandy at the point, out into the neutral zone. Calling for it opposite side was Sierra LaPlante. She puts it forward. Nora Elliott dumps it in the zone with Kaya Borbandy, actually, again, putting deep pressure with Kaya Vale. Lots of Kayas this time. Kaya Vale and Kaya Borbandy. Kaya Vale this time going deep, and now McKenna Shuttler has it in the neutral zone, trying to get it deep. Spit away from her, and now here comes Mallory Dyer, dumping it in behind the St. Albert net with the Taylor Anchor, putting the puck up ice off the boards. Not far enough to be icing, but back to play it is Natalie Funk, and she had number 9 for the Lloydminster, that's Allison Reich, to put some good forecheck pressure on. This is Alexis Butts, I should say, trying to come up through the neutral zone. Puck gets away from her, and now Allison Reich is trying again. She's pulled off her first feet by Brianne Trotter, who looks across ice at the referee to see if any call is being made, but she no call at that point. So we're continuing on in the Raiders zone as Puttefant battles for it with support from Brianne Trotter. Puck sent around the boards to Chloe Puttefant. She's looking for an outlet. It's cross ice pass, gets to Nicole Fry, who is already being checked by Mackenzie Butts. Isabella Posey putting the puck down ice into the Lloydminster zone, where Taylor Anchor goes cross ice to clear it out. She gets it to her teammate, Mackenzie Hewitt. Hewitt leaves it for Shyla Kerber. Back to Hewitt. Can't get a hold of it as she was being checked by Chloe Puttefant. Sorry, Mackenzie Conrad. What is her first name? Kara Conrad.
Yeah, and you're going to be more on your own in this game here, because I can't recognize a lot of the players with their skating stride. There's a few that I recognize over the season, but
yeah, there's quite a few girls in this the Raiders team who have played in Calgary. There's a bit of an outcry there as Doyle upended Meg Dyer with a bit of a stick sweep from behind, but no call. As now Josie McLeod, it is Josie McLeod, steps across the blue, tries to put it deep, and Lloydminster's Meropoulos strips her of that. Jamie Doyle dumps it deep and goes to the bench for a change, while going back to get it for the Raiders is Sierra LaPlante. Emma Borbandy this time coming up ice. She's being watched by Madison Willen. The two of them have a bit of a healthy, if you call it, exchange, as one of them goes to the bench to change, and now we got Kaylee Morale playing the puck up the boards. No one there to get it, so Sierra LaPlante has it, and she's looking for an outlet. Gets it to Nicole Fry. Nicole Fry steps past Kaylee Morale and dumps it to her captain, Brianne Trotter. Plays it to the point, unfortunately, almost out of the reach of Sierra LaPlante, which could have given the St. Albert Slash a huge opportunity there, as McKenna Shuttler was almost breaking loose. St. Albert managing to get back on side as Kate Lewis plays the puck over, and that ends up being offside as it was deflected by Kaylee Murrah.
Well, and you mentioned earlier, obviously it's going to be a battle of the goaltenders here with two of the top goaltenders in the tournament here with goals against average, with Gabriel Durante with a staggering 0.00. Tough to beat that when you haven't been scored on yet in the tournament. And Cameron Drever with .96. So again, a very respectable goals against average. So they're going to look to hold their teams in it here.
On top of that, shot count's very low so far in this period. 7:42 left to go in the first, and there's only 7 shots in favor of the Raiders and 2 in favor of the St. Albert Slash.
Now that third shot, easily directed to the corner by Gabriela Durante.
And Taylor Anker for the St. Albert Slash, dumping it back into the zone, allowing the St. Albert to make a full change. No one really going deep on the forecheck as Mackenzie Hewitt challenges there, allowing Mary McDonald to pick up the puck, and Josie McLeod centers it for her. It's tied up by number 17 Verbitsky for Lloydminster. Shyla Kerber now coming up the broadcast side. She's intended for Hewitt, couldn't get it there as it went past her straight into Mary McDonald. Deflected by Kerber into the corner, the opposite side, battling the broadcast side. Now as Kerber picks it up and goes behind the net, she's challenged by Jarden. Jarden's had a fantastic record of poke checking behind the opposition net and coming up with the puck. So she almost does it again. This time she's hovering in front, going in to support Kara Condrat. Shot through traffic. Cameron Drever steers that one to the corner. Back to the point where Kate Lewis is looking D to D. She goes Meg Dyer. Dyer shots through traffic, and she gets it. Far corner. Just rings off that post. Meg Dyer from her defensive partner, D to D, with a shot from really just inside the blue line through traffic. Hits just inside the right post to take the Rocky Mountain Raiders up 1-0 at 6:23 the first period, with the 9-3 shots on goal. So we'll wait for the official record on the assists, but we know that was Meg Dyer popping it in from the point to take the Raiders up 1-0, just more than halfway through, 3/4 of the way through this first period. So there you have it, Dyer from Lewis, Kate Lewis at the point. Both players, former Calgary Fire players several years back. Now they're flowering under the direction of Paul for the Raiders, and opening the scoring in this gold medal game for the girls Midget AAA Provincial Championships in hockey under Hockey Alberta for Service Arena in Red Deer.
Well, you know, it's going to be an important next few minutes here for both teams. St. Albert's going to have to quell the onslaught that typically happens when the Raiders score. They do get pretty hungry afterwards, so it's going to be important for St. Albert to just not get flustered, just kind of keep their momentum going and play their game. And of course, you know what's going to happen with Rocky. They're certainly going to turn it up and crank it on. So we do have that replay, I believe, ready to go. So as soon as the next stoppage of play, we'll take a look and see how that one went in a little closer.
Exactly, awesome. So we have the replay feature running for you folks in the live stream setup here, courtesy of Mr. Darcy Rosie and the crew here at Red Deer. So you can see the live stream replays of these goals as we get a chance and opportunity to do it for you. Isabella Posey at the point, shot through traffic. As you said, Raiders keeping up the pressure on the St. Albert Slash. Still Slash trying to clear the zone, but Raiders keeping it deep. In the slot again, Josie McLeod, blocker saved by Drever, puts it into the corner. That's Kaylee Murrah, the defense for St. Albert, trying to get the puck on the part near side through traffic. Josie McLeod for the Raiders got her stick on that to try and intercept it. Kaylee Murrah off the boards to the point, and this time it does get out. Out to play it, Isabella Posey going far side to number 4 for the Raiders, Natalie Funk.
Oh, and here we have an opportunity. The Raiders defenseman on a line change, but looked like number
23
there, yeah. It's 23 got back in the play just to slow up the St. Albert player there from breaking in all alone.
Kirsten Legg being challenged at the board by McDonald. That's Kara Conrad in to help her out. Puck goes up into the Raiders bench, though, at 4:18 of this first period. Raiders leading over top of the St. Albert Slash, 1-0. Shots on goal, 11-3 at the 4:18 mark of this first period. Here's the replay, and watch how the first goal went in. This is back to the point where Kate Lewis is looking D-to-D. Gets it to Kate Lewis. McDyer shots to McDyer. Shot on net. That's far post. Just and that brings them up to the 1-0 mark. That's where we're at right now as the Raiders bring the puck out of the zone. Back to live action as Chloe Puttifant centering pass intended for Brianne Trotter. Can't get a hold of the wheel of the puck or her wheels as she goes down on her knees as well. Nice centering pass for Shyla Kerber. Sent there by 17 to Vanessa Verbetsky. Pinched against the boards by Meg Dyer was number 6, Mackenzie Butts. Puck goes far side, outside the reach of the Lloydminster defense as Taylor Anchor's there to play it, and she's getting tied up by Chloe Puttifant for the Raiders. Here comes the Raiders' Sierra LaPlante. She breaks in right side, drops it for Puttifant again. Shot through traffic, goes off the shin pad of Mackenzie Hewitt into the corner. Now the St. Albert's Tyra Meropoulos battling for the puck on the near boards. Eventually the puck comes into the neutral zone. Back to get it, Emma Borbandy and Sierra LaPlante.
And speaking of Chloe Puttifant, she's the current leading scorer of the tournament with 8 points. And she's got 3 goals and 5 assists. And I believe actually now that would be, I'm not sure, did she get an assist in that first goal?
No, that was Kate Lewis.
Right. Kate Lewis.
Bring it out. Tyra Meropoulos goes right side to Madison Willen. She's got Keely Murrah on the left side with her. She steps into Sierra LaPlante, who ties her up. The Raiders eventually come up with the puck and come back the opposite way. Murray McDonald stripped to the puck by Jane Doyle. Madison Willen dumped the puck in the right zone now. It's with Emma Borbandy and Sierra LaPlante, but racing in from the point is Jane Doyle. Excellent job of getting some speed to get to that puck first. Now Nora Elliott has it at the dump it into the St. Albert's zone, where Taylor Anchor gets to it first, and St. Albert's number 5 Isabelle Ajoie gets it out, where Natalie Funk for the Raiders plays it back into the neutral zone. Back in behind the St. Albert net. Taylor Anchor battling for it in the corner against Kaya Borbandy. Lajoie steps in to help her out. Puck spits over to Drever. Lots of temperatures coming up here as the girls give it a little push and a shoving, but Drever holds on to it for a whistle. At 2 minutes 20 seconds left in this first period of the St. Albert Slash taking on the Rocky Mountain Raiders. Raiders leading 1-0. Shots on goal, 11-3. Isabella Posey, D-to-D pass again to Kara Conrad. Or sorry, is that Natalie Funk? I think that's Natalie Funk. Yes, it is. And then now it's going back to Isabella Lajoie. Brings it out the right side. She's got Bodger with Schuttler.
4 St. Albert players in the play there. Just couldn't make anything happen.
Kaya Borbandy tied up there by Schuttler as Schuttler was going to the bench to change as well. A little bit of cross bench traffic going on as both teams try and make a change. While under play, here comes Raiders over to Nicole Fry. She's got Brianne Trotter in the slot with her, and Chloe Puttifant dropped in behind her as the 1-2-3 is now the Raiders, the Slash come up with it, and Jamie Doyle is making her way back up ice with the support of Shyla Kerber and Mackenzie Hewitt. Bounce off the puck. Doyle comes up with it. She's challenged by Brianne Trotter into the slot where Chloe Puttifant has it. Drops it for Kate Lewis, who tries the bench pass, the bounce pass to Nicole Fry. Almost gets it to her, but she can't quite get control of the puck. Now Brianne Trotter, the captain of the Raiders, is in the corner, and she's challenged by number 2 Kia Vale for the Raiders, or the Slash, I should say. Oh. This time there will be a penalty coming up. It's going to be a head contact penalty against the Raiders. They're busy staring. Brianne Trotter is busy staring down the referee. She's having trouble believing this call. But no, it's actually going to be Nicole Fry coming up with this head contact penalty. She's taking a 2-minute penalty.
Well, again, I didn't quite see it because it's in the corner there where we can't quite make out everything in the behind the camera, but you'd think that Brianne Trotter, being a little taller, might have that accidental penalty coming from the top. But Nicole Fry, not being quite as tall in stature as you think that's probably not going to happen very often, but
it's a tougher job. You have to work to get there.
She is a stronger player for sure. She's definitely not afraid to mix things up. So
she is certainly no wallflower. She's a strong player. I didn't see it either, but we have to just call it as we're told. This is Mackenzie Butts who's got it now over to Taylor Anker as Lloyd St. Albert trying to capitalize on this power play. Shot in on the right side and looking for a deliberate deflection there coming from Mackenzie Hewitt on the right side, but she was tied up by Sierra LaPlante for the Raiders. To Meropoulos, back to Butts. Butts going down to Anker. Anker goes back to Butts, who's going to be a one-timer from the point here. Beautiful block there by Brianne Trotter. Saw the shot coming, slid across down on a knee slide. Laura Jordan trying to get the puck out at the point. Strips Madison Willen as the puck goes deep into the zone. Clearing attempt by number 15 for the Raiders. That's Emma Borbandy. Laura Jordan does a good job reverse stripping of Anker from the puck as she steps into the zone. Lots of complaining going on as Isabella Lajoie came body to head on Meg Dyer. People complaining about no call there. Frankly, from my position as a referee as well, there was nothing really to call there. It was just simply incidental contact of two players coming into the same territory.
Well, players are definitely going to contact. It is that sport, and we're just coming up to it. The St. Albert player looked to go for the puck, and just a battle between two players, and one went down. So it does happen, but.
Yeah, it's certainly being a gold medal game. The temperatures are going to be up, and the two referees are conferring here, so they're not taking it lightly. They're making sure they got the call right, and you can tell Paul Posey, the coach of the Raiders, is not a happy man. He's standing at the bench. I'm sure he's going to want to have a chat with these officials before they leave, as the coaching staff is. He's closing that gate with some energy, shall we say. So that's the end of the first period, though. The Raiders up 1-0 over the St. Albert Slash. But they also have a penalty kill to do. They're up in shots 12-3 over the St. Albert Slash. So the St. Albert coach certainly will have some motivating to do to turn around the attacking tide that's certainly against them.
Well, and when we come back here, we can tee up the goal again, and we can take another look at that just before we start the next period. So, but for the moment, before we sign off for the intermission, just want to shout out to the sponsors and so forth that helped the tournament get going, and you can see all those sponsors on our pages and scrolling through the streaming. So we're just gonna let you take a look at those as we take the break here. So again, it's just important. Anytime you do an event like this, you want the sponsors to get recognized for all their all the things that they're doing and supporting Alberta female hockey. So it's so we'll take a break, I guess, and we'll come back, and then we can look at that goal. That's the one goal of the period. So we'll take a look at that before we start the next period.
Excellent. And also starting the second period, we'll start celebrating some of the seniors in both these teams and recognizing who's moving on to post-secondary hockey opportunities. There's quite a list from both teams, so it'll take a little bit of time. We'll pick away at it as we make our way through the second and third periods.
Well, exactly.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you. The game time continues in 13 minutes. Welcome back for third period action. We're 1 minute out from the game time again.
Well, and as we mentioned, we can take a look at that goal again here, and I think you'll see on the play that it's a nice transition from the defense to move with the puck and then get the shot off. So.
Yeah, so this was the opening goal. It's the Raiders up 1-0 here.
Puck comes back to
Kate D to D. She goes McDyer. Dyer shuts through traffic. They simply wires it from the top of the ring line there. Goes far side on Cameron Drever. Fools her a little bit. Might have been a bit of a knuckler. We can't really tell from this angle, but it was a nice shot nonetheless from a long-range shot there.
Well, and again, anytime as a defenseman you can get that puck in stride and get it into your wheelhouse to shoot it, it really makes a difference. And you're getting a good shot off on net, so it worked out really well. So we'll see how this period goes here.
We're about to start action here in the third period as the St. Albert Slash take on the Rocky Mountain Raiders. St. Albert Slash trailing by 1. Nicole Fry is going to start the third period in the sin bin as she went for 2 for head contact with 1 minute left in that second. Let's go back to the first period. So 58 seconds left on the penalty to Nicole Fry starting this second period. Just waiting as they get the clock fixed up here. Here we go. That's puck drop. The Raiders coming up with the puck, dumping it deep in the zone as it gets past Mackenzie Butts. In the forecheck is Laura Jardin. Taylor Anker comes up with it, now puts it back to Butts behind the St. Albert net as they look to organize with Jardin staying down low. Chloe Putafant providing backup. Tyra Maropoulos steps across the blue. She's got Madison Willen in support with Jamie Doyle. Willen back to Mackenzie Butts. You got Taylor Anker on the opposite side. Willen goes just to step in. She's trying to go past Emma Borbandy. Does a nice stick check. Takes away her close-in shot she was trying to take. Willen along the boards. Challenged by Laura Jardin. Both of them go down. Emma Borbandy challenged by Tyra Maropoulos, and she's got now Jamie Doyle stepping in to help out. Tyler Anker at the point. Puts it across. Butts back to Anker. Anker goes for a pass across the net. Willen takes a shot in close. Jamie Doyle tries her hand at it. Puck's flying back and forth across the front. Sierra LaPlante takes down Madison Willen. No call there. And they were certainly looking at the referees to see if anybody was going to put a hand up. No one did. And Emma Borbandy, seeing that the first save made by
Gabriella Durante. You could tell in that last sequence there, Gabriella's really strong on her edges and be able to push off back and forth. Good size, and with that puck going back and forth, she was able to keep the momentum going each side to side there. And fortunately for the Rocky Raiders, St. Albert didn't get a good clean shot on net. Just a lot of movement.
Exactly. You don't see a lot of defensemen at this level that confident in their goaltender that they can actually push the puck back toward them as Emma Borbandy did after Durante made that first save.
Well, as we alluded to earlier, there's a lot of senior players on the Rocky Raiders, many of her going on to post-secondary schooling, so you get a lot of experience comes with being a senior. So you've been through those
Exactly.
moments before where maybe you've passed it a little too quickly back to the goalie or haven't, and it turned out bad. So yeah, a lot of patience, a lot of experience on that Rocky Raiders bench for sure. So
face off to the left of Drever. Raiders come up with it over to Natalie Funk. Natalie Funk tries to get a shot through traffic, goes into the legs of number 17, Vanessa Verbisky. Shyla Kerber, pucking behind her own net, plays it over to Hewitt. Hewitt looks for an outlet, goes opposite side. I think Kaylee Murat was calling for it, but it wasn't really in any position. If Verbisky was too far up ice to receive that one. Murat again looking for a cross ice, gets it over to number 14, Jaden Bogdan. Intercepting that pass was McDonald, Mary McDonald. Wisely waiting. There's two words you don't combine. With Kara Conrad making sure she was on side. Now it's like number 5, Isabelle Lajoie dumps the puck in. Keeping the puck behind her net was Gabriella Durante. Rather than coverage, she just played it in behind her net, allowing Meg Dyer to get to it. Lajoie there with Dyer and Kaya Conrad. Here comes number 21 for the Raiders. That's Josie McLeod. Can't get clear. And the Slash dump it back in the zone with Kate Lewis playing around the boards for Josie McLeod on the far side, who's being watched by number 14, Jaden Bogdan. Kate Lewis back to play it to the right of Durante. Plays it off the boards, goes up ice to number 21, Josie McLeod. She realized that Elliott and Kaya Borbandi were both offside, and her momentum, she just wasn't able to stop before she crossed that blue. So it's just like, oh, I guess I'm taking this offside, Darcy?
Yeah. Well, sometimes, again, it's easier to see the play up here and kind of watch it develop, but on the ice, it's moving quickly, and you got to make split decisions, and sometimes your momentum just can't slow down. So,
face off just outside the St. Albert zone. Coming up with it is Kara Condrat. She chases Mackenzie Butts into the corner. Condrat comes up with it. She's looking for a center. She's got Jordan in the slot. Wasn't able to put it through to her, though, so she drops it back for Jordan, working the cycle in the corner. Mackenzie Butts looking to get it around, puts it to Tyra Moropoulos, the captain of the St. Albert Slash, in the corner. Madison Willens there in support. She's taking on Laura Jordan and Kara Condrat from the Raiders. Puck comes to the blue line, unfortunately gets out for the Raiders as Emma Borbody back to play it, has Sierra LaPlante in support. She's being watched by Jamie Doyle, who does do a nice poke check, gets the puck away from her. But she loses it eventually to Emma Borbandi, who plays it over to Kara Condrat, who was inside the zone when she received it. She was trying to do a cut along the blue, but put herself offside. You got some notes for us on the seniors?
Yeah, there's quite a few to go through, so we might not get through them all in this quick little round, but the Rocky Raiders have 12 seniors, 10 of them who are heading on to post-secondary. Stephanie Gross going to the University of Lethbridge. That was just signed here this weekend, as I understand, just on Friday, so congratulations to Stephanie Gross there.
Mackenzie Hewitt, shot from the point, goes off a stick and high into the mesh, so this will be a deflection, which means deflection off the Raiders, which means the faceoff will stay in the Raiders zone. To the left of Gabriella Durrani.
Well, that gives us an opportunity to get through a couple of these other senior players. Isabel Posey heading off to the University of Saskatchewan, along with Nicole Fry and Kara Condrat, all heading to the University of Saskatchewan. So they'll be teammates again.
Shot there by Kia Vale. Comes off the backboards. I don't know. I didn't see how that went in. Did you see that? We're just going to freeze that for you folks so we can get a replay. But St. Albert able to put that one on the board. Brings them tied with the Raiders 1-1 now at 16:08 of this first period.
Yeah, we'll have to take a second look there as it comes through, but it appeared that the St. Albert player would have bounced off the boards.
Let's see that. I did get Darcy to cue that up for you real quick here, and we'll do the as instant as we can get here. We'll do the instant replay. Actually, once the play resumes, we'll wait for the next stoppage of play now that play's underway again. But we've got that replay capability for you, so we can try and show you how that all set up. This is given fire for sure. Shot there by number 14 for the Slash. Jaden Bogdan goes just wide to the right as Gabrielle Drenny having to stretch out quite wide to get that. Now a shot from the point. Meg Dyer goes in, and Cameron Drever puts her own save mark on it by making a butterfly save to the right.
Well, and that's the first goal against Gabrielle.
So that was goals awarded to number 19, Mackenzie Hewitt, assisted by number 2, Kia Vale, and number 3, Shyla Kerwer, at the 16:08 mark of this second period in the gold medal competition for the Provincial Championships of the MIdget AAA female tournament here in Hockey Alberta at the Service Arena in Red Deer. Battle for the puck to the left of Cameron Drever. Mary McDonald trying to get it. She's got Laura Jordan in support. McDonald got it and centered it, but just outside the reach of Kara Condrat. Meg Dyer, the point, puts it back to Condrat, but she can't get it through. So Isabella Lajoie puts the puck down ice, ruled not icing. So Gabriella Dranny went to play it. She kind of muffed it, though, as a bit of a soft play up ice. Gets to Nicole Fry. Eventually, Brianne Trotter's got it now, trying to put a shot through the legs of Mackenzie Butts. Not able to do so. She gets in close, though. Brianne Trotter does turn around and take a shot. Nice save there by Cameron Drever as the puck now in the corner is Nicole Fry trying to get away from Jamie Doyle. Taylor Anker off the glass, can't get it out. Jamie Doyle's now got it, though. She backhands it down the ice. Back to get it is Sierra LaPlante being pursued by Madison Willen of the St. Albert Slash. Emma Borbany puts it to the point where Nicole Fry loses it to the St. Albert Slash players. Dumped down ice and on net by Taylor Anker, with Emma Borbindy now being challenged deep by the St. Albert Slash number 15, Libby Langenhan. Stretch pass intercepted by Langenhan. Kerber coming across the line now. She's trying to split the defense. Emma Borbindy not falling for it, but she got the return pass and it'll tip in front of the net. She almost got that on net, and Gabriella Drani had to be alert to put that one to the side as Nicole Fry is now battling for the puck along the boards. Nicole Fry, puck ends up going to number 19. Mackenzie Hewitt is battling for it in behind the Raiders net. Mackenzie Butts back to Brianne Trotter. She plays it around the far side. Bounce off the glass in a bit of an odd bounce. Mackenzie Hewitt's got it, and she's being chased by Chloe Putafant of the Raiders. Goes in behind the Raiders net, and her egress is there. It was being blocked by Kaya Borbindy. Raiders trying to make a change on the fly as the play goes back in. Mallory Dyer going over the leg of Taylor Anker as she was backing in and over the blue. Natalie Funk this time's got the puck, backhands over to her partner Isabella Posey, and she gets across the center line and dumps it in to avoid the icing. Taylor Anker for the St. Albert Slash. Allison Wright got it. Now she's battling on the boards. Puck comes out. Taylor Anker's now got it with support from Mackenzie Butts in front of the net, though. Goes Josie McLeod for the Raiders, ends up with it. Trips over the stick of number 19, Mackenzie Hewitt. Again, tripping over a stick is not a penalty unless the player makes a deliberate motion to cause the trip. So having your trip and having a player with a stick and having a player go over it doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a penalty. Unlike number 4, Taylor Anker right now, who's going to get a penalty for cross-checking as she pushed Josie McLeod to the ice to the left in behind the net. So unfortunately not a really disciplined penalty, as like Mr. St. Albert once again falling victim to a poor decision.
Let's take a look at that goal here now that we got a quick moment. They'll be teammates again.
Sounds like a good deal. Shot there by Kia Vale.
Yeah, so you can see that the St. Albert player there just behind was able to just push it out far enough that the other player was able to poke it behind Gabriella Durante, who was stretched out trying to make the save.
All right, back to regular action. Josie McLeod battling for the puck in the corner to the right of Cameron Drever. Kaylee Marat comes up with it, puts it around the far side. Retire Maropoulos tries to play it out, but Meg Dyer does a good job of pinching in and keeping that in. Emma Borbindy on her knees handling the puck. Tries to, and she's challenged right away by Tyra Maropoulos. Gets tied up between Borbindy and Jardin as the puck ends up going deep where Kaylee Marat goes for the Raiders, for the Slash to play it. Jardin plays it back to Borbindy. Borbindy trying to play it in the corner. She's challenged by Kaylee Marat, who eventually gets it, plays it off the boards, but again takes a bit of a weird bounce off the vertical stabilizers of the glass. To play the puck for the Raiders is number 9, Mary McDonald, battling against 2 St. Albert Slash. As the puck comes out to just above the ring-out line, Tyra Maropoulos eventually getting it and slamming it down ice. As there's 55 seconds left in that penalty to Taylor Anker for the Slash. At the 10:58 mark now, we have 49 seconds to go in the power play for the Raiders.
Well, and you heard earlier there, you mentioned Mary McDonald out there battling against Kaylee Marat, the defenseman for the St. Albert Slash. Both those players are going to be moving on as well. Both of them are going to be playing at St. Mary's next year. So again, another example of competitors tonight, but teammates in the future. So
exactly. McKenna Schudler running into Isabella Posey, who basically skated toward her, closed the lane, and just things are going to get a bit more testy as these teams get closer to the close of this game. As they're going to be testing the limits to see what penalties are going to be called and what penalties are not going to be called. That could have been a very foolish thing for Posey to do if that had gone the wrong way.
Well, and a big kill for St. Albert Slash there in a 1-1 game to get that penalty killed off.
Exactly. Brianne Trotter there with Putafant in the slot. Shot on net, lobs it toward Drever looking for the rebound. Doesn't come out as Brianne Trotter's got it now to the opposite side. Puts it to Lewis. Lewis puts it to Trotter. Trotter goes to Putafant behind the net. Mackenzie Butts now coming up to the neutral zone. Puts it forward to Mackenzie Hewitt.
Oh, and a great example of that 5 feet outside that blue line and inside that blue line. Key areas where you just got to get the puck out. And got fortunate that that there was a line change with a slash at that moment, but it could just end up in the back of your net when sometimes you don't get it out over that 5 feet just before the blue line.
There you have the Raiders. We had, I believe that was number 20. Nora Elliott, who is stuck deep inside the slash zone, which knocked to her knees. It took a little while getting up and getting out, which brought the Raiders offside. My goodness, a beautiful save by Gabriella Durrani as Schindler stepped across the ring-out line and a wired one right at the net. It would be going left side here, broadcast side, and Gabriella Durrani stretching out, making a fantastic glove save. And right now the Raiders leading in shots 15-7 at the 9:03 mark of the second period. Score tied at 1 in this gold medal final of the MIdget AAA Female Championships in Hockey Alberta. And they're going to sell it, and they're going to get it. It's Madison Willen being knocked down. Jordan had her stick in behind her, and then that results in a penalty coming up against Jordan for the Raiders.
I'm going to just set up, we got that save there, Gabrielle Durrani. We're just going to take a quick look at that while we can.
It's knocked to her knees. It took a little while getting up and getting out.
She
brought the Raiders offside. My
really
goodness,
leaned
a
into it.
beautiful save by Gabriella Durrani as Schindler steps across. Awesome. All right, Brianne Trotter comes in. She feeds across to number 16. Nice backhand attempt there for Chloe Putavant. But again, an equally good save by Cameron Drever. As now the opposite direction, you have Tara Meropoulos putting the puck over to Jamie Doyle. Meropoulos was tied up by Emma Barbany, so the pass wasn't that nice of a pass to make. Mackenzie Butts tried a shot from the point, but she was tied up by Putavant. And the puck comes out to the neutral zone as Mackenzie Butts back to play it over to Doyle near side. Doyle goes across to Mackenzie Hewitt, who comes across the ring at line shot. Bit of a knuckler. She lost control of that in the last second, I think, as she was being challenged by Kaya Borbandy. McKenna Schuttler in the corner now plays it back to the point where Mackenzie Butts plays it far side to Taylor Anker. Taylor Anker centering, looking for the deflection from Shia Kerwer, who is in the slot. Butts to Hewitt. Hewitt back to Butts. One-timer from the side. Nice save by Durrani. Lots of traffic in front. The St. Albert Slash trying to put that puck on net as they have the power play advantage here.
Well, an excellent defensive play there by the captain, Brianne Trotter, stretching out to take away a scoring chance. St. Albert had an opportunity to shoot it, but Brianne Trotter just diving out, selling out to make the defensive play. So
St. Albert taking their first penalty of the game. I think that's going to be against number 23. Since McKenna Schiller taking a cross-checking penalty at the 7:38 mark of the second period. So both teams find themselves in a 4-on-4 situation for the next 41 seconds. At the 7:36 mark of the second period. Raiders leading in shots 16-8. The score's tied at 1. Kia Vale trying to move the puck around the boards. Can't do so as the puck ends up spitting down into the St. Albert end. Meropoulos being brought off her feet by Kara Conrad. Conrad centering. In close was number 8, Isabella Posey, trying to get that one-timer from close in. Puck dumped in is now Jordan off the bench. It's a 5-on-4 for the Raiders with the next 1 minute and 14 seconds. As Jordan takes on Willen, she's support from Mary McDonald. Jordan takes a shot from the point. Beautiful great toe save by Cameron Drever. Huge save, a timely save by the St. Albert Slash goaltender to keep things tied at 1 at the 6:41 mark of the second period. 1 minute 3 seconds left in the penalty to number 23, McKenna Schuttler. 17-8 shots in favor of the Rocky Mountain Raiders over the St. Albert Slash. Emma Bourbody across to the point to Sierra LaPlante for the one-timer. Fans on that. Back to Bourbody. She goes cross ice looking for Nicole Fry, who gets a shot through traffic, but that's blocked by Mackenzie Butts. St. Albert's defense did a good job of blocking shots so far this game. As the puck now fed back to Sierra Plant at the point. Goes over to Emma Borbandy. Plant again. Shot from the point. Goes through traffic. Deflected wide. This time St. Albert's able to clear it down ice. 32 seconds left in that penalty to Schuttler. Doyle able to come up with the puck, and now Kerwer's got it for a short-handed attempt. Kerwer's got the puck in behind the Raiders' net, being tied up against two defensemen for the Raiders. Coming up with it, up ice is Nicole Fry playing to Putafant. Putafant comes over the blue line. She's got the Fry in support. Drops it for Fry. Fry wires one from the top. Blocker save going wide and left of the net anyway, but it was a safe play by Drever. Taylor Anker turning to avoid the check of Fry. Going around behind the net was number 16, Alexis. Sorry, that's the wrong team. Chloe Putafant. Battle for the puck. Puck ends up in the corner with Schuttler back on the ice. Both teams are at full strength right now. Taylor Anker complaining to the referee that her stick was thrown away from her. And play continues while she goes around behind the net now with her stick in hand to play it off the glass and out in the neutral zone. Kate Lewis, 5-minute mark of the second period, plays it up ice into the St. Albert zone. Taylor Anker's got it now, but she's checked right away by Kira Condrat. In behind the St. Albert net is Mary McDonald. Can't get it into the slot where Condrat was waiting, but Meg Dyer lost one on net. Condrat tried to tip it down, couldn't get her stick on it, and Kate Lewis has it from the point now. She's got Laura Jardin getting tied up with Isabel Lahoy. Out to the point now for number 9 for the Raiders. That was Mary McDonald. Gets it back, tries a one-timer, goes into the legs of her teammate Laura Jardin. Meg Dyer at the point, D to D pass. Kate Lewis going to shoot through traffic, gloved by Cameron Drever.
Yeah, Drever's going to swallow that up every time with no traffic directly in front, so she had a good eye on it. Rarely going to beat her from that distance, on the glove side especially. So
Raiders really stepping up the offensive pressure. 20-8 shots now on goal in favor of the Raiders. Score still tied at 1 so far, but Drever having to work for it at the 4:29 mark of the second period. Face-off is Meropolis against Condrat. Meropolis comes out on top on that one, but here comes Doyle. Jamie Doyle comes out the near side, gets past Posey. Shot in over the top of the net and wide. Madison Willen tries to step into the slot, puts it back to Meropolis. Shot through traffic into the breadbasket, and Gabriella Durante just swallows that one and drops the puck out for a face-off to her left. At 4 minutes, 12 seconds left in this second period. Shots now 12-9 in favor of St. Albert Red Deer. Who is this? Red Deer? The Raiders.
Trust me, we'd love for you to be saying that name more regularly in this final. But two deserved teams here. Obviously, they battled throughout the year, first and second in the league. So you can't complain too much here. There's two quality teams out here, and one of them is going to represent Alberta out into the Western final, and obviously we hope that they take it right on to the SO Cup, whichever team prevails here today.
Yep, two very talented teams out on the ice right now, battling it out. As you can see, it's still a very even, well, not even in shot count, but here's Brianne Trotter stepping through with Putafant. She elects to shoot. She had Putafant in the slot. Goes wide. Puck now deep into the St. Albert zone as Kaylee Morale back to play it. Plays it around the boards to number 17, Verbitsky. Verbitsky gets tied up by Emma Borbandy. Puck goes in the neutral zone as the Raiders not able to hold it in the zone. LaPlante plays it up for Nicole Fry. That stick handling ability of that young lady is pretty impressive. She's got really fast hands and feet. She steps past the St. Albert defense, but just stop at the second one. Here's Shyla Kerwer playing to the point. Meg Dyer holds that in for for the Raiders.
Yeah, Nicole Fry can stick handle in a phone booth, I'm sure, and she can spin around on a dime nice and quick. So not huge in size, but that allows her to move and shake around there in the offensive end, and certainly it's proven well because she's one of the leading scorers of the league. So
2 minutes 59 seconds left in this second period. Both teams still tied at 1. Shot 20-9 still. Nothing getting through as Kaya Borbandy now tries to go through. Unfortunately, that's Kia Vale just knocked her own teammates for Vanessa Verbitsky to the ice as the two of them collided in the slot, and now back to Kia Vale's got it again behind her own net, looking to get out. Then she goes high and long, gets it to the hand. Great job by Kate Lewis to reach up and knock that puck down. But little for little gain as St. Albert eventually dumps the puck down ice, and this will be icing against St. Albert. Puck coming back to the left of Cameron Drever, 2:28 of the second.
Well, and again, as we mentioned, there's a number of seniors still in here for the Rocky Raiders. And we got Laura Jardine going to McGill, Kate Lewis as a senior as well, and be playing her final game here. Potentially her final game here today. I guess they could be moving on. So
Exactly.
I guess final game potentially in Alberta. I'm not sure where the Western Canadians are going to be this year, whether the Alberta team travels to BC or vice versa. But
well, final game in this league for sure. So it's going to be taking on whatever team goes out of here is going to end up taking on BC, etc., to go for the Western Finals before they move on to the SO Cup. Nora Elliott battling for the puck against Lajoie. Kirsten Legg picks up the puck. She goes far side over to Schuttler. Gets past her. Isabella Posey comes up with it. She's cycling in the Raiders zone, puts it forward off the boards. The Josie McLeod's close, but Kirsten Legg gets there first for the St. Albert Slash. They dump it down as Doyle takes on body checks. Wow. Really?
Yeah, there. Oh, maybe a late call. That might have been a. We'll see who.
It's a body check. Yeah, it's Natalie Funk, but later.
Yeah, we looks like we might have got a little bit of crowd noise might have assisted that penalty here. It didn't look like the referee's arm was up right away, but it did upon second look. She called that. It certainly was deserved.
Natalie Funk. We'll wait for the announcement. I've lost track of which player. Jamie Doyle. There you have it. So Jamie Doyle taking a body checking penalty at 1 minute 40 of the second period. So unless the Raiders score, they will go into the third period with a 20-second power play.
Well, after not having any penalties in the first period, St. Albert is trying to catch up here as they've taken their third penalty in the second period, which is not a recipe for success against the Rocky Mountain Raiders, who are extremely gifted offensively.
Kaylee Murrah, there's going to be another very undisciplined penalty as she wraps her stick around Mary McDonald and basically drives her into the net post. And she will be going for a cross-checking penalty in the end of this second period.
Yeah,
He's getting a little bit undisciplined here, like you said.
Well, and she's a physical player, and certainly you could see that with the play just prior to that. Took her player into the boards quite heavily as well, and they're going to let that go, that sort of play. They're pushing and shoving, but when that took away a potential scoring opportunity and you put her down from behind, that's usually going to get called. Now, unfortunately, St. Albert is down 5-on-3 here, so they've got a long 1 minute 11 seconds to kill here, or they could find themselves down 2-1 in a critical end of the second period.
Emma Bourbon moves the puck around, and Nikki Fry can't quite get a hold of it. Good job by Taylor Anker. She's briefly held up from behind by Posey, who got away with that one. Again, Posey making a bit of a potentially poor decision there, using her stick to hold back the third person on the St. Albert defense. Here comes Posey across the blue line. Let's see if she can make up for that. She almost, like I say, got a penalty call, which would have been bad timing. In close, beautiful save there by Cameron Drever. Shot there by Nicole Fry. Got through traffic. In front all alone was Brianne Trotter, able to jam away on her own.
They're running out of time here. So.
3 seconds left in this penalty period, I should say, as Emma Bourbon shot from the point. And the St. Albert Slash managed to escape this period unscathed. But they're still going to be short for the next minute and 9 seconds for sure of the second period. The third period, as they're down 5-on-3 for at least 20 seconds of the first 20 seconds of this third period. It's scored tied 1-1. Shots 23-9 in favor of the Raiders. So they certainly, again, they've stepped up, got some shots as far as St. Albert goes, but they really need to step up the attack. Well, and I guess if there's any silver lining for St. Albert, it's that the end of the period has come at somewhat of a key time. Rocky Mountain Raiders were putting a lot of pressure on here, and just 20 seconds left in that initial penalty, so kind of splits up that first penalty and doesn't allow Rocky Raiders to continue to get pressure on. So
another 20 seconds in that period, and who knows, we might have ended up with a goal for the Rocky Raiders. But I'll have to start off quick and see where they go, and the Slash is going to have to battle through another 5-on-3 here. They got 20 more seconds, so I'm going to take just a quick second to kind of go through some of those senior players before we say farewell for the intermission. And while I'm doing that, I just want to look through and again thank our sponsors that have assisted putting this tournament together, and their donations and contributions are definitely helpful to the local organizing committee, and of course for making everything work here at the tournament. So again, we got another player, Emma Borbandy, a senior graduating and going to be playing at the University of New Brunswick, along with a number of players from other teams. So certainly know that there's 3 players from our team heading out there, and it's a player from the Lloydminster team as well. So they're going to be teammates down the road. So again, it's a good opportunity to see all these players and then realize that one day they're going to be teammates. So hopefully they get along moving forward. So Chloe Puttifant, the leading scorer of the tournament, is heading off to Dartmouth as well, and Meg Dyer, who we mentioned, is going to the U of L, and of course I think we mentioned Brianne Trotter, of course, going to Mount Royal University as a first-year player there when she graduated, and Nicole Fry, we kind of mentioned, going to the U of S, and as well Nora Elliott graduating this year. So again, 12 seniors from the Rocky Raiders. So you can tell why they're here. They definitely have a lot of experience and some quality players with 10 of those 12 players moving on to post-secondary play. And then of course over on St. Albert, graduating players, Shyla Kerwer, and then we got Mackenzie Butts, who's going to be playing at Mount Royal. So again, another example of battling out here in this big game, but going to be teammates down the road with Brianne Trotter. And of course, we mentioned Kaylee Marat playing again with St. Mary's, and Jamie Doyle is going to be graduating here. So this potentially her last game on Alberta ice, maybe. But Tyra Maropoulos, I believe the captain is Tyra's a captain for the Slash, and she's going to be going to St. FX. Same as Hannah McDonald from our team and Emma Thomas. So again, good examples of players moving on and going to be teammates as well. Mackenzie Hewitt's going to be a senior here. This is her final go in midget, and of course Cameron Drever, the goaltender, who helped lead the team to national championship last year, is going to be graduating and going over to the U of S along with Nicole Fry and some of her Raider teammates. So, exactly. So trying to score on her now, and then in the future they're going to be defending her and making sure she doesn't get scored on. So.
Yeah, so that closes it for the second period here. 12 minutes before ice time in the third period. Once again, the Raiders tied with the St. Albert Slash. That's the game we're in, 1-1 at this gold medal final for the 2000. All right, welcome back for third period action. Here is the St. Albert Slash take on the Rocky Mountain Raiders. Scores all tied at 1. Shots 23-9 in favor of the Raiders. And the Raiders will start with a power play as 2 Slash players are going to be in the box for at least, I think it was, 20 seconds. 5-on-3, 20-second 5-on-3 coming up for the Raiders.
And a bit of a telling tale here overall with the shots 23-9. Rocky Mountain Raiders certainly playing strong defense, but as the old saying goes, a good defense is a lot of times a good offense, and certainly they've been carrying a lot of the play. St. Albert hasn't hasn't broken. They've bent a little bit, but it haven't broken, and they came back, got that tying goal. So really, even though it's 5-on-3 here with just 20 seconds in that first penalty, if they can escape that 20 seconds without any sustained activity, they probably got a real good chance of killing off the second one. So might have got a little bit of a break there, like I said, with the way that it broke down. So, well, Slash is going to be hoping they don't get scored on here, and obviously the Raiders are thirsty for a second goal.
Yeah, so a 20-second 5-on-3 followed by a 49-second 5-on-4 should they weather the storm. Face-off now taking place, and the puck goes into the St. Albert zone. Nicole Fry there to play. It goes between her legs. Over to pick it up now as Brianne Trotter brings it across the blue line. She drops it in as the Raiders set up their attack. Raiders gumming up the slot in front of the goaltender. Deflection in front. Nicole Fry getting the puck through. Beautiful deflection there as the puck went through. She just shoveled it through toward the goaltender. And a nice save, though, by Cameron Drever. Alert to that puck coming through. That could have been a disaster at forward. 1 second left on that 5-on-3, and then they'll be down to 5-on-4 as Jamie Doyle comes out onto the ice.
I apologize to the viewers out there. I noticed just now that I hadn't changed the period from the first to the second, so we jumped from the first to the third. So if you're looking out there, that's why we're all of a sudden in the third.
I'm sure they'll forgive you. I think wherever it is in the period, we'll know what's going on, but the score is what most people are too worried about now, which is third period, 19:18 left in this period, as Chloe Putafant puts a puck into the corner. Bring it out to the point now as Nicole Fry cycling with Putafant. Back into slot, return to Fry. Bent past her as Isabel Posey was able to pick it up and take a shot across the front of the net. Unable to get the Taylor Anchor sweeping to get that puck as Moropoulos is out there with Doyle and Butts. Beautiful save, deflected in front, but Cameron Drever somehow finding that puck and keeping it out as a blocker save. Puck going off of the player, deflecting into the St. Albert bench. 18:47 left in this third period. Both teams tied at 1, 25-9 now. Shots in favor of the Rocky Mountain Raiders, as both teams taking a bit of a traffic jam getting on and off their benches. Raiders coming up with the puck after that face-off in the neutral zone. Comes to your side as Emma Barbady wasn't able to corral it. Mackenzie Butts gets it, though, backhanded to Shyla Kerwer, who is skating backwards across the blue. Unfortunately, she beat the puck across the blue, which means they're offside. Face-off coming just outside the Raiders zone at 18:36 of the third. St. Albert winning that face-off. Kia Vale dumping the puck in the zone, but the Raiders defense, Meg Dyer now has it. Going cross ice to Kaya Borbandy. Borbandy deflects it into the zone where Kia Vale is playing it for St. Albert. Stops and tries to reverse, but it goes into the arms of Dyer. So now Kaylee Murrah has to do a reversal of her own, trying to go off the boards over to Mackenzie Hewitt. Hewitt plays it to Kerwer. Kerwer almost giving it over to Mallory Dyer, but she's able to dump it in the zone where now Mallory's sister Meg plays it up into the neutral zone, and Josie McLeod has it into the St. Albert zone. Kaya Borbandy battling for it with Kerwer. Willen picks up the battle, and now Kaya Borbandy has it. Steps into the St. Albert zone and is muscled off the puck by Tyra Moropoulos, as Jamie Doyle now steps across the blue with that to Willen. Madison Willen deep now out to the neutral zone again, catching up with the play. Emma Borbandy puts it forward. Coming up with it is Jordan. Shot blocker save by Cameron Drever straight onto the hands of Madison Willen as she does a stretch pass. Oh, nice play that by Emma Borbandy. Otherwise, Isabelle Lajoie would have been free and clear. Shot on net by Doyle, looking for Lajoie for a rebound. Emma Borbandy with the puck in behind the Raiders net. Plays it forward over to, making its way to now Jordan. Jordan's got it over to, that looks like Posey. That's McDonald, actually, Mary McDonald, who dumps it down behind the Raiders net. Sorry, the Slash net, going for a change. Brienne Trotter comes across the blue, looking for a shot through traffic. Wow, Cameron Drever had to be really quick on that one. Butterfly glove save. Rebound's kicking out pretty far, though, as Brienne Trotter does another shot with Mackenzie Butts coming up with it and battling one-on-one against the Raiders' number 16, Chloe Putafant. Trotter over to number 4 for the Raiders, Natalie Funk. Gets it to Nicole Fry. Shot on net, hits off the far right post.
It's a game of inches.
Yeah. The same shot that Meg Dyer got earlier got in the far side. This time Nicole Fry gets it through, but not on the inside of the post. She hits the front of it, so that doesn't count. It's not going to get a point, but here we go now. So Kerwer taking a shot from a bad angle, stopped there by Gabriella Drani. Chloe Putafant, cross ice, intended for Nicole Fry, goes beyond her reach, so she goes to the bench. Over to play it is Kia Vale. She loses a wheel as she goes across ice. Some of these girls are, those blades get kind of thin, so the further over the boot goes, the bigger chance of losing a wheel. As now Kaya Borbandy comes in, shot from a bad angle at the hash marks into the elbow of Cameron Drever. She holds it for a whistle at 15:46 of this third period. The Raiders lead 28-11 in shots, but they're tied in score 1-1.
Golfing motion. I missed my cue, but yeah, no, the players are definitely working their tail off here, and obviously with 15 minutes left, every goal is going to be critical here. So the next one is a big one.
It's the big golf swipe. Over to you, Darcy. Kara Conrad in behind the St. Albert net, trying to play it forward to Dyer. Dyer puts it back to Conrad. She steps into slot but loses the handle. She's looking at her partner, Kate Lewis, and neither one knew who was going to play it. So now we got Mary McDonald playing it with the support for Jordan, who drops back to the point as Meg Dyer, the defenseman, had stepped up to pinch to keep the pressure on. Puck out to the point. Good job by Kate Lewis holding the puck inside the St. Albert zone, though, as she plays it back into the corner. Kara Conrad looking for a cross-ice pass from Mary McDonald. Couldn't get it through there. Goes onto the arms of Jamie Doyle, who eventually battles her way to dump it into the zone from, well, St. Albert makes the change. Raiders battling for the puck in behind their own net. Meg Dyer taking on Doyle. Eventually Meg Dyer comes up with it as Doyle goes to the bench for a change. This is Laura Jordan, bounces it off the boards and heads into the zone as Mackenzie Butts now back to player, and unfortunately Jordan bounced it off the boards well before the red line, which means it's going to be icing. 14:44 the third. Emma Borbandy cycling inside her own zone, watched right away by Mackenzie Hewitt. Puck battle right in front of the bench here, for the box. Down below us now, that's number 6 for the Raiders. It's Mallory Dyer. You should know that by now. As Langenhan takes on Chloe Putafant and comes up at the lower end of that one, as Putafant comes up with the puck, turns in front of her own net. She's got Kaya Borbandy calling for it, as well as Mallory Dyer. Schudler strips her of the puck, though. That goes to Shyla Kerwer. Kerwer now, Anchor has the puck. She dumps it in.
Shifts are going to be important here. You can tell the players are getting it deep and getting a quick line change so they can get fresh legs out there.
Yeah, they're keeping their shifts pretty tight. I'm not sure how long they are. But Isabella Lejoie is battling for it now against Emma Borbandy. And that will be offside against the Raiders. Face-off coming outside the St. Albert zone at 13:43 the third period. 28-11 shots in favor of the Raiders now. The score tied at 1. Two players not playing today for the Raiders is number 2, Sydney Trotter. She's injured, and Athena Hulk, who got injured in the last game yesterday. That's number 7, Athena Hulk for the Raiders. She has a dislocated shoulder, so she'll be watching from the sidelines for the Raiders today as well. As far as I know, there aren't any injured players reporting for the St. Albert Slash at this point. Tyra Meropoulos, intended for Madison Welland, goes out into the neutral zone, where number 4, Natalie Funk, gets it, but she puts it in the zone and can't get it very far. Jordan has it in the slot, though. Shot on net. Drever puts the puck into the corner. Kaylee Marat tried to clear it out, goes into the leg of Laura Jardin. Muscled down off the puck, though, by number 9 for the Raiders, Mary McDonald. And surprised they got away with that one. I'm not sure where the bar is moving for penalties in this third period. We'll see how this pans out.
Well, again, with 12 minutes left here, just over 12 minutes left in the third period, the referees may be thinking
egregious.
twice about calling a penalty unless it's like you said, quite egregious. So.
Yeah, and a 1-1 tie, third period, 12 minutes left, like you say, in the third period of a provincial goal championship. It's going to have to be a pretty significant penalty to get. It's going to be a pretty clear cut to take it. Nicole Fry in the slot, looking to avoid the check, drops it back for Putafant. Beautiful drop pass there. Fry to Putafant, and she just wires it from the hash marks. Top right corner. Drever complaining to the referee about the net. It's at 12-16. She's thinking it actually went off the crossbar, did not go in. So we'll wait and see what the confab between the referees has to say. 12-16 of this third period. We'll wait and see what happened.
We can take a look here, try and see what we can see from this angle. Should be all queued up for the replay already.
Cut to take it. Referees retreat to the referee circle for a confab here to
drops it back
get some opinion on what everybody saw to make sure they get this call right. 12-16 of the third. This would be a very, very important goal.
Well, you can definitely see a very smart play from Nikki Fry.
Cut to take it.
Who came in and delayed there and then just turned her back and protected
looking
the puck,
to avoid
pushed
the
it
check,
back
drops
to
it back
the
from
player in the slot, and she just leaned into it.
Fry to put. At the overarching question now is, did that puck actually cross the line? Did it hit the crossbar and drop straight down? Or did it actually go? Was it actually a goal? It's going to be a goal as they're going to center ice.
Well, we don't have the benefit looking on the replay here whether that puck crossed the line or not, but it sure looked like it did.
So an unassisted goal by Chloe Putafant at 12-16 of this third period. We'll take the Raiders up by 1. And like you say, personally, the videos I've put together for referees, perspective is everything. Wherever you are, well, both to make your decision on penalties and also makes your decision on goals. So no way we can question it from here. This is puck deep in the St. Albert zone.
The one thing that we definitely know is that it clearly was assisted by Nikki Fry, because
That's true.
It was an incredible play. Like I said, she delayed and then put herself between the puck and the defending player, and then just pushed it back to her point person, who just ripped into it. So,
yep, yeah, we got a pretty clear perspective on that part of it, anyway. Cameron Drever swallowing that puck for a face-off to her left. It's 11:30 left in this third period as the Raiders up 30-12. Madison Willen comes up ice. Goes on the board. She's watched by Natalie Funk with a stick check. Back to the point. Kia Vale tries to shoot. It goes off the legs of Laura Jardin. Isabella Posey goes to the board. She tries to go up the board side, though. This time, number 11, Jamie Doyle, puts it back in on danger's way. Oh, my goodness, that was Tyra Maropoulos. I thought that had gone in. It shot on net, went just wide right. Shot from the point is into the corner. Raiders eventually do clear with Tyra Maropoulos playing the puck over to Kaylee Marat. Madison Willen with the St. Albert Slash making a change. Dumps and allows McKenna Schuttler to go in and chase Natalie Funk for the Raiders. Battle for the puck along the board. You had 3 Raiders and 3 Slash in there. On near side now, Taylor Anker comes out on top over Chloe Putafant. Makes a nice move around Brand Trotter. And puck ends up in close. It's loose. Scramble in front. Lots of bodies on top of everybody else, and eventually the net comes off, forcing a stoppage of play. 10:17 left in this third period. The Raiders trying to hold on to that 2-1 lead they have over top of the St. Albert Slash. Isabella Lajoie taking on the Raiders. I believe that's Puttifant. No, it was Kaya Borbandy. Taylor Anchor at the point. Put the puck back in. Meg Dyer's back there taking on number 14. That's Jaden Bogdan. Taylor Anchor at the point again. Drifts one in. Goes off the hand of Kate Lewis into the corner. And she's being chased right away by Mackenzie Hewitt. Isabella Lajoie puts it back in. Mackenzie butts in there to put pressure on. As it never left the zone. They didn't have to clear. Down ice. This will be icing against the Raiders as it comes back at 9:46 of the third period. It face off to the right of Gabriella Durante.
Well, and they must have got the word downtown there, so the referee did signal that Nicole Fry got an assist on that previous goal there, so they clearly got it corrected. So.
All good. So Nikki Fry assisting to Chloe Puttifant to bring this 1-goal lead. Emma Borbandy circling the corner to the right of Gabriella Durante, looking for an egress as she's challenged now by number 16 for the Slash. Brain fart for a second. Alexis Butts bringing that out, and eventually makes its way to Cameron Drever, who elects to hold it for a whistle. 9:23 third period. 2-1 the Raiders winning over top of the St. Albert Slash so far. Slash, this is as we said in the previous game, it's anybody's game here. It's only a 1-point lead. This is the lead you don't want to have. You want to get more points to give yourself some breathing room. If the Raiders cannot, they cannot let up now, as the Slash will take advantage of that for sure. That's number 2 Kia Vale trying to clear the zone. 2 Slash collide with each other, eventually getting it out where Madison Welland couldn't corral it. Mary McDonald backhanding the puck into the zone, where Kia Vale now plays it behind her net, watched by Laura Jardin. Centering pass to Tyra Moropoulos, and she's chased by Kara Kondrat. Welland eventually dumping in the zone as Moropoulos had to abort her attack and goes to the bench for a change. Madison Welland battling for the puck in the corner. Pulled off her feet by number 8. Mary McDonald, number 9. And if I'm right, yeah, that'll be an interference call. It's going to be, it should be number 9, Mary McDonald, going to the box for 2. Yeah, it is so. Mary McDonald for the Raiders going to the box for 2 for interference at 8:40 in the third period. This is something you really did not want this late in the period, because the St. Albert Slash will definitely take advantage of that if you let them. Raiders clear the puck down ice. Nora Elliott on the forecheck almost gets the puck away from Kia Vale. Kia Vale now looking for the egress cross ice pass, gets it over to Shyla Kerber. Kerber returning from McKenna Schudler, but puts it onto the stick of Isabella Posey.
And this is where patience is going to be a virtue for St. Albert. Don't want to rush it. They're only down by a goal, so just got to get it in deep, get control.
Exactly. Nice move by Hewitt, getting access to the slot there. She's got Shyla Kerber in the slot. But Gabriella Durante, seeing the danger there, elected to cover it, frees it for a face-off. 1 minute, 22 seconds left in the power play for St. Albert. 8:02 the third period, 30-13 shots in favor of the Raiders.
I think we've been at 30-13 here for a little bit in terms of shots.
Not
sure that last one was low enough for a shot on net.
Not a lot getting through. As Mackenzie Butts battles on the near boards here, support from Madison Welland. The Raiders get out of the zone though, and here comes Brianne Trotter, 2-on-1. A shorthanded 2-on-1 into the St. Albert zone. So she elects to loft it at net, hoping for the rebound, but Cameron Drever just held on to that for a whistle. To her left, 1 minute, 5 seconds left in the power play for St. Albert. At 7:44 the third period, they trail 2-1 to the Rocky Raiders.
Yeah, St. Albert got away with one there with the 2 leading scorers breaking down on a 2-on-1, and I think that puck just rolled on Brianne Trotter as she went to shoot it. So unfortunate, but that's sometimes how games are won and lost. Just those little breaks.
Exactly. Raiders, the Slash having a hell of a time getting out of their own zone under the power play as once again, this time the Laura Jordan getting the puck and bringing it back in the Slash zone. Now they're able to organize something as Madison Willen comes up the near side. She's going one-on-one against the Raiders number 15, Emma Borbandy. She still got it though behind the Raiders net. She centers it over for Mackenzie Hewitt. Shot on net. I don't know how Durante saw it, but straight into her glove hand. It might have been a case of looky what I got. But it was a nice save no matter what. It's 7:08 of the third period. 28 seconds left in that power play.
Speaking on behalf of the goaltenders union there, Stuart, it's never look what I found. It's all strategic, and keep your eye on the puck and watch it into the glove. So
yeah, trust me, as a goaltender, it's looky sometimes. But yeah, the public faces, I'll never admit it's looky. It's just the skill I had and get my hand in front of it, no matter how little I had to move. Here we go, Brianne Trotter breaking free, burning time. There's only 9 seconds left as the St. Albert Slash unable to capitalize on this power play. 3 of them trying to get the puck away from Brianne Trotter, just not able to do it as Chloe Pudafant just sitting back and watching the time burn. Now the Raiders are on the attack as the time's expired on that penalty. Over to Nicole Fry, who came in late. Deflected off by Keely Moreau over to the corner. Nikki Fry's got it again. She's coming to the slot. She drops back there. Back for Pudafant and back to Nicole Fry, who's taking on Kia Vale beside the net. Nicole Fry, as you said, being a little elevationally short than the other players, is taking quite the beating trying to get access to the net. Isabella Lajoie trying to break her way free. Eventually does get it pucked past Isabella Posey. But the Raiders basically just gumming up that neutral zone and continually putting the puck back on net.
That puck took a little bit of a hop as it came off the boards, coming back to Drever. She was looking to cover it up, and it bounced just up last second. She was able to put her glove on it and cover it up still.
5 minutes, 50 seconds left in this third period. Raiders leading by 1. They score 2-1, 31-14. They double the shooting efforts of the St. Albert Slash. Madison Willen now bringing the puck up bench side. She's got Tyra Moropoulos with her with a Taylor Anchor. Gets challenged by Mary McDonald though in the blue area outside the neutral zone outside the Raiders zone. They just simply flip it forward. Mary McDonald now in a foot race to beat the puck to the goal line as Mackenzie Butts gets in there to keep her on the outside. Tyra Moropoulos intercepting a pass intended for the Raiders defense, Sierra LaPlante. And now it's in the Raiders zone with Doyle battling against LaPlante all the way down the ice. Puck getting tied up in the skates of Mackenzie Butts. Laura Jordan taking some time to make some space here as her line mates change. Kaya Borbandy puts it back to the point to Natalie Funk. Funk back to Kaya, but she couldn't handle the return pass there. So it's around the boards now as St. Albert trying to clear the zone. They do so, get the puck into the neutral zone with Mallory Dyer now putting the puck over to Natalie Funk, who fires it down ice. It's going past lots of players though, and the linesman waving that off for icing. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left for St. Albert to do something to get even here as number 14, that's Jaden Bogdan, breaks on the right side. She's tied up by Natalie Funk. McKenna Schuttler dumping the puck back in the zone as she is challenging Mallory Dyer. Puck stopped behind the net by Durante. Nice move there by Isabella Posey to avoid the forecheck of number 14, Jaden Bogdan. Raiders dump the puck down ice. This will be icing though as it comes back to the Raiders zone at 3 minutes 57 seconds left into the do or die time for St. Albert to get even.
Well, and as we get close to winding things down, once again we do want to say thank you to the many sponsors that have helped put this together, and you'll see them scrolling through the live stream here in a bit. But again, thank you very much to all our sponsors.
Mackenzie Hewitt tries to get a shot through traffic, goes into the legs of number 6, Mallory Dyer. No, number 16, I should say. That's Chloe Pudafant. Brianne Trotter battling against Allison Reich in the neutral zone. Puck ends up going to Kaylee Murrah. Megdyer getting it, dumping it in, but Kaylee Murrah stops it at the blue line. Kia Vale forward to Hewitt. Hewitt can't get past as again the Raiders continue to plug up the neutral zone here. Now it's a foot race with Kate Lewis back with Allison Reich watching her. Reich tips it past and she collides with the Raiders player in the Raiders zone. Who is that that's got knocked down there? She goes to the bench looking pretty rough. Cameron Drever electing to hold that. That was Mary McDonald colliding quite awkwardly with the St. Albert player.
It almost looks like her feet went out from underneath her as she was getting close to the Slash player, and then they just collided. She kind of buckled in and face first a bit there, so hopefully she's okay here.
Raiders trying to make a late change. They've only got 4 players out there.
It wasn't much of a late change. They had a player injured, so she left and never came back to the other end.
They never replaced her.
No.
Yeah, so it's either way they're getting waved out because they just you can't take 10 minutes to make a change. Nice chancing close. Laura Jordan shoveling away at that puck. That's one of the challenges that Drever has. She's just not very good at containing the rebounds and covering it, so she relies on her defense to clear those pucks away. With Jordan sitting on her doorstep though, slamming away at it. Eventually you got to cover it or it's going in.
Well, that one was sitting there too. A little bit of a quick whistle. Puck did bounce out, but as you know, referees got to blow that whistle when they can't find it. So you get it. You get the break sometimes, and other times you don't. So.
Yeah, the convention is about a 1,000 count before you blow it, but usually it's going to be aired in the situation of safety for sure. James Doyle coming in left side. She's choked up by Emma Bourbony. She tries to center it. Brianne Trotter gets it first and plays it off the board where Taylor Anker plays it at the blue line. Gets it back in toward Madison Millen, who can't control it. Emma Bourbony once again plays it around the boards, but this time Mackenzie Butts gets it. Jamie Doyle, one-time slapper. Bit of a knuckleball off of that. Not sure if her stick broke, but didn't do what she wanted anyway. Taylor Anker now playing it off the glass. Plays it to Madison Willen, who does a nice job of hand the puck down to her stick. Shuttler losing her wheels. Shot through traffic, goes into the legs of Sierra LaPlante. Isabella Lajoie, but having a bit of a collision with Emma Bourbony behind the net. Now the puck comes out with LaPlante playing it over to Nicole Fry. Nicole Fry electing to dump it. She loses her wheels as she's trying to turn and go to the bench for a change. 1 minute 57 seconds. Neither team wants to be sloppy here as Mary McDonald back on the ice now almost gets past Mackenzie Butts, who makes a desperation move to stop that attack. Jordan loses the puck to Lajoie. Lajoie over to McDonald. McDonald puts the puck around behind the net again. This time Jordan's going to go near side.
Well, and Rocky Mountain Raiders are going to want to just keep pushing that puck deep, get line changes, get fresh legs out there. It's going to be critical here with the last minute and 30 seconds in the game. So you want to get those pucks pushed deep. Keep St. Albert trapped in their own end. Yeah,
they're going to have to keep an eye on the St. Albert goalie. She's starting to make a move toward the bench. The coach signals, no, stay there for a minute, as now the Durrani stops that puck for a face-off in the Raiders zone. And Drever making her way to the bench for the 6th player, and the St. Albert bench is calling for a timeout. 1 minute 15 seconds left in this game. The St. Albert Slash trailing the Raiders by 1, score 2-1. They're also trailing in shots, 32-14. Darcy.
Yeah, well, we got a little bit of time here. We can kind of list off a number of the sponsors that have helped out throughout the year for the Red Deer Chiefs, as well as through provincials. We've got 25 Hockey Development, Aesthetic Solutions, Altec Mechanical, Andrew Luft, lawyer with Johnson Ming Manning, Arlene Arneson, mortgage broker, manufacturing Carmar Rentals, Castaway Sports, Central House Watch, Central Labs, Chopped Leaf, Clark Builders, Dustbusters Auto Detailing, Dick Insurance, Engaged by Darcy, Fonda's Plumbing and Heating, 4-Lane Ford, French Island Bed and Breakfast, GCS Energy Services, Group 2, Now Distributors, Notre Dame High School Hockey Academy. And the list goes on. There'll be more. When we get a break, we'll finish it off.
That's a fantastic list of sponsors there, Darcy. It's good to see so many people, so many parts of the community supporting local teams. I should just notice a fan over there with a Raiders hat. She got herself a red alarm light on, or sorry, a green flashing alarm light on her helmet, her work hat. So it's Even the supporters are all dressed out in their team garb. Brianne Trotter breaking past. Net's empty. She's getting a long stretch shot there. That was, I believe, that was number 16 for the Raiders. Chloe Putafan eventually getting that shot on. Butts trying to step past her, doesn't get it. As now Tyra Moropoulos has it, getting into the Raiders zone. Shot through traffic, reaching out for the glove save is Durrani as she elects to be safe. That puck was going about 2 feet wide, but Durrani elected to be a little safer. Go for it.
Well, I'll try and get through this. Pierre Chem, RDC Queens Hockey, Red Deer Orthodontics, Richard Gregory LLP, Secure Energy Services, Simon Tennis School, Sylvan Agencies, Sylvan Concrete, Sylvan Lake Hockey Camp, Source Mortgage Center.
51.5 seconds left to go here. St. Albert winning that faceoff. Taylor Anker, my goodness, good job there by the Raiders. Oh, an equally good job by Taylor Anker sprawling to cut off the return pass. The Raiders read the play for the St. Albert Slash, but the St. Albert Slash returned the favor as Taylor Anker made a brilliant sprawling intercept on that return pass. Meg Dyer now with the puck behind her net. Gets the puck out to Butts. Shot through traffic goes off the skate of Brianne Trotter. There's 25 seconds left in the countdown here as the battle for puck possession beside the net. That'll be 18.6 seconds as that puck went high into the mesh netting.
Well, if this was the NHL, that'd be a penalty, but it isn't. So we got away lucky. Yeah, we should be able to finish this off. Zot Developments Tarpon, TBS Hockey, Techmation Electric, The Water Shop, Choyant Real Estate Group, West Country Pump and Filtration, Wetaskiwin Agencies, Without Regret Consulting, and Wrench Masters Napa Pro Auto.
And here you go, just a typical, you're going to have a timeout now where you could, all the time you want. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Raiders now as they organize their defensive measures to make sure they stay up by one. 18.6 seconds left in this face-off, this critical face-off to the right of Gabrielle Durrani in the Raiders zone.
Well, and again, for St. Albert, they've got a sigh of relief here with a great defensive play. When the defenseman knew clearly that the Raiders player was going to make the pass, she dove out to protect it. 18.6 seconds left, offensive draw. It's still not over. This is real close.
Got that sprawl by Taylor Anker, realizing and recognizing the return pass that was going to come. She just intercepted that pass, and fortunately for St. Albert, the Raiders were not able to regain the possession of that puck.
Well, and again, wanting to be fair and dump the puck to a teammate, but sometimes just pushing it in helps too.
Mackenzie Hewitt winning the puck back. Shot by Mackenzie Butts at the point. They just can't get it through. 12 seconds left now. Scramble in front. Shot through traffic. Taylor Anker to scramble in front. It's in. St. Albert does it. 6.9 seconds left in the third period of this gold medal game. St. Albert Slash able to come up and tie this game 2-2. 6.9 seconds. We're probably headed to overtime.
Wow.
Wow.
You feel bad for the Rocky Raiders, but you're elated for the Slash. That's hockey. That's sport. You're a moment away from celebrating victory or defeat. And we do have that replay, but we'll have a moment here after the 6.9 seconds to watch that.
Face off at center ice. The Raiders have it. Emma Barbany plays it in the neutral zone. Taylor Anker is going to play it up in the, and now the Slash stave off elimination, and they're still battling alive for this gold medal. It's going to go to a 20-minute overtime period as the St. Albert Slash tie it up in the last 6 seconds of the game.
Do you have who scored that?
We'll take a second here. Once Darcy's queuing it up, we can play that replay of that goal here, and we'll let you see how that all went in. I didn't make, in all the excitement, I didn't make a note of actually who got that goal.
Well, we're still waiting for the official score here, but we will be able to take a look at this replay and see how this thing went in.
Mackenzie Butts at the point. They just can't get it through. 12 seconds left now. Scramble in front. Shot through traffic. Taylor Anker to scramble in front. It's in. St. Albert does it. Well, 2 games in a row in this tournament. Bronze medal game also going to overtime.
Butts at the
being
point.
settled fairly
They
shortly.
just
I
can't
believe
get it
it's
through.
6
12
minutes
seconds
in.
left now. Scrambling in front.
This one
Shot
also
through
the
traffic.
gold
Taylor
medal
Anchor.
game.
The scramble in
These
front.
two
It's in.
highly competitive teams
St.
are now
Albert does
going to
it.
be going to overtime as well to see if it's the Raiders or if the Slash do a two-peat to head back to the SO Cup via British Columbia. Of course, they have to master British Columbia first to do that, but we're going to see who's headed out from this tournament based on this next period or more. Mary McDonald gets the puck on the near side, goes in around Mackenzie Hewitt as she has puck in the corner. Raiders going to take a shot from the point. Emma Borbady. I don't want to keep calling her Emily. It's my daughter's name, but Emma Borbady once again a shot from the slot goes wide. Mackenzie Butts taking on Laura Jordan. Eventually, Sherwer comes up with the puck. Sorry, Kerwer comes up with the puck.
Looks like Madison Willan scored that goal. Puck bouncing around out in front of the net there, and she was able to find it on the side of the net and put it home.
Fantastic.
And certainly has had a heck of a game here.
She has had one heck of a game, hasn't she? Yeah. This is now Isabella Posey in behind the Raiders net playing the puck, looking for an outlet. Tyra Moropoulos challenging her, and she got, again, Madison Milan there to put some forecheck pressure. Stripping her of the puck, almost getting her of the puck is Kia Vale. Now Madison Willen is trying to turn away from Posey's forecheck. In behind the net, Kaylee Murrah can't lose. That's Putafant again, number 16 for the Raiders. Brianne Trotter comes up with the puck, shot in close. Cameron Drever stopped it, couldn't find it, but eventually does find it to cover it. At 18:44 of this overtime period, St. Albert Slash playing the Rocky Raiders, going for the gold medal. Next goal wins it.
Well, and you could just tell there that puck did bounce and had a line just sitting right there for the rebound, but she was able to cover it up and get the whistle.
Nice chip by Schiller. She gets behind both defenses. This is going to be a breakaway. She comes in. Huge save by Gabriella Durante on the right-hand side. Gets her blocker on it to keep the St. Albert Slash from getting the gold medal in this. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, Gabrielle got away lucky there. She was indecisive in making a decision to come out or play that puck and decided to sit back in her net and got away with one there. So
I was surprised how the Lloydminster player is able to squirt it through and get such a distance between herself and the Raiders defense so quickly. I mean, I'm sure Coach Paul won't be super happy about that.
No, she recognized that it was dumped, and she just got on her horse and took off after it.
She did. It was a great effort.
Well, and as we watch this, again, it's potentially just that one mistake, that one turnover, that one bouncing puck that could end up finishing one team's season and sending another team, again, potentially onto the SO Cup.
Yeah, this is 4-on-4, so you can see even St. Albert doing it again. They had Mackenzie Hewitt playing high and deep with now the puck in behind the Raiders net. Forecheck there by Shyla Kerwer. Putafant being forced to go back with Kerwer putting pressure on as now Kate Lewis plays the puck forward to Emma Borbady. She's lost the puck to Mackenzie Hewitt again, who dumps it back into the Raiders zone. They can lobby for penalties all they want. In the overtime period here, it's going to have to be pretty clear and egregious again for a penalty to actually be called. This puck's going long range. Is going to be an icing call against the Raiders. A face-off back in the Raiders zone. At 17:24 left in this overtime period, this first overtime period, the gold medal game of the 2018 Midget AAA Alberta Female Hockey League Provincials under Hockey Alberta. Shot through traffic, goes wide and right. Kia Vale not quite able to hit the target there as Kaylee Morrow comes up with it. She tries to step into the slot as she's stripped of the puck by Kira Condrat. Condrat comes up with it. She's going wide. Lajoie can't get a hold of her, but Kia Vale intercepts that. Lajoie now again battling for the puck. Comes up with it on the blue, and they come the opposite direction. Now it's 2-on-2. Lajoie loses the puck into the slot as Doyle loses her legs heading into the slot. People complaining for a penalty, but there was nothing there as far as I could see either. Stepping past your own stick isn't the penalty. This is number 8, Isabella Posey, being ridden into the boards by number 2, Kerwer. Doyle comes up with it now, and she's got Madison Willen in the slot with support from Anchor. Willen's got it outside in the hash, goes far side, shot by Anchor. Nice pad save there by Durante. Willen's got it again. She's looking for Butts at the point. Butts plays it far side to Anchor. Anchor's got Moropoulos. Moropoulos goes behind the net, deep inside the Raiders zone. As Butts puts it at the point again, she's got back to Moropoulos. Moropoulos challenged right away. Butts puts it deep. Anchor can't handle it. Goes to Madison Willen behind the net. She's challenged right away. And now once again, Moropoulos has it. Raiders getting one person changed as Laura Jordan comes on the ice. He gets some fresh legs. She dumps it deep as this time Jordan might get her chance. Cameron Drever lets it go, and that won't be icing against the Raiders as they try that stretch with Laura Jordan. She couldn't quite catch up to it though.
And good patience from Cameron Drever to watch that puck go wide and smartly draw an icing penalty or icing against the Rocky Mountain Raiders, getting things out of trouble there. So, well, in the first part of this overtime, St. Albert has definitely taken the most of the play here. So.
They've had a lot of puck time in the Raiders zone, so that can't be very comforting, as the Raiders don't want them to repeat. This is now Meg Dyer with the puck around behind the net, goes to Kate Lewis. Kate Lewis is going to play it forward to Nicole Fry. Nicole Fry is trying to gather some steam and get the puck deep. She'll dump it there for Laura Jordan to come in, but that went to Cameron Drever, who just held on to it for a whistle. And it's going to be a face-off to her right in the St. Albert zone this time. 15:31 to the fourth period. 35-17 now shots in favor of the Raiders.
And you can imagine the mindset of the players out there. Rocky Mountain Raiders were not far away from moving on here, and now they're a goal away from moving on or being defeated. So a lot of mental workout going on here, I'm sure, on both sides. So.
Oh, exactly. Kia Vale with the puck behind her own net, looking for an outlet. She's got Isabelle Lajoie. Lajoie avoiding the check. Not forever though, as Brienne Trotter eventually muscled down by Kia Vale. Lajoie now coming in with Schittler in support. Shot on net. Almost mishandled by Durrani as the St. Albert continued Lajoie toward the net there, and Schittler lost their wheels with Durrani hanging on to that puck.
Well, the two St. Albert Slash players immediately recognized that Durante had trouble corralling that puck and swarmed the net. So good for them for keeping an eye on that loose puck, because if they're like me, I thought that puck was going to be gloved and controlled quite easily. So again, maybe a little bit of those nerves. Now in overtime, you know that one mistake can end it or win it for your team, and depends on how each player is handling it as to how they perform here.
Yeah, one of the few rebounds we've seen come out of Durante this game. Anchor plays it over to Willen. Willen can't quite hang on to it as she's got now number 15, Emma Borbendy, trying to play it up to Laura Jordan, but she couldn't hang on to the pass as Taylor Anchor now puts the puck up ice. Jordan's got it, but it actually went off of, I think, off of someone on the bench.
That was LaPlante who gloved it ahead there. Good idea to get her glove on it and keep it from going by her, but it just ended up trickling into Jardine there, and then they blew her down. So
that makes sense. You can glove it ahead as long as your teammate doesn't receive it. Mary McDonald battling for possession against Mackenzie Hewitt. Hewitt ties her up. Jordan is able to fish that puck away to Dyer again. Dyer's shot from the point. She's already got one this game. Couldn't get through traffic this time, though, as they battle for it in the corner. Now Isabella Posey is going to take a shot through traffic. Blocked by Shyla Kerwer. Mackenzie Hewitt stick checked from behind. Loses the puck. Puck back pass to Meg Dyer.
Yeah, some of those decisions to protect the defensive end. Obviously, you don't want to turn over and be too close to the offensive end. So she backed up and left the blue line unexposed, and puck came out.
Taylor Anchor stretch pass over to Shyla Kerr. Can't hang on to that as Meg Dyer once again is racing back for it. Kerr will keep the pressure on her though deep in the Raiders zone. But Isabella Posey now looking for the stretch to Nikki Fry, coming back to Dyer. Dyer's coming back broadcast side here, tries to cut toward the net, cross ice pass, intended for Putafant. Putafant knocks Kerwer to the ice as Lajoie now moving up ice on the right side, outraces Dyer, who's running out of gas. She's been on the ice a long time, and she gets muscled away from the net by Emma Borbendy. Turns around and fires on net. Great backhand there, another chance by Doyle. She gets the puck on the right side. Out of reach of Kia Vale. St. Albert trying to capitalize on some change required by the Raiders, but both teams now able to get some fresh legs on there as Brienne Trotter now cycles with the puck. Jordan getting lots of ice time this overtime period. Brienne Trotter shot in close, goes high and over the net. Emma Borbandy. There's going to be a penalty here as Maropoulos just flattens Mary McDonald on the blue line.
And the penalty is going to be just prior to that, actually.
Yeah, there's two of them. There's going to be an interference and a body check. So we're going to see who's going.
Yeah, it's the slash. Willen. Madison Willen, who put the game, tied it up here at the 6.9 seconds left.
Two penalties?
Oh, my.
Against the same team.
Well, if there are two penalties going to the box here, needless to say, that would be huge. Oh, two different.
Head coach wants to have a chat, so we're
I think if I were the head coach for Slash, I would unfortunately not talk at this moment, because there's two different players that got those penalties, and if he draws attention to it, they could end up finding out that it was two different players, and we could be down 5-on-3 here. As Madison Willan took the slash early on and was calling the penalty, and then the other. Oh my! This, needless to say, this is a turning point.
Yep.
So much for putting the whistle away in overtime, Stuart. What would you have to say about this?
Well, usually it's an egregious one, so whatever they saw, they obviously saw it strong enough that they wanted to call it, but
oh boy.
It's something you won't see very often in gold medal overtime hockey, that's for sure.
Well, after battling back and tying the game with 6.9 seconds left, Madison Willan takes the slash, which I didn't think was maybe quite as egregious as the referee did, but in the end, we've now taken two penalties here, and the Rocky Mountain Raiders have you couldn't ask for a better opportunity in overtime.
Slash are going to hang back, preserve as much energy as they can. They got Hewitt, Anchor, and Butts on the ice. Here comes Jordan, Posey, McDonald, Condrat, and Emmett Borbandy on the ice for the Raiders. Puck across to Posey as the Raiders trying to set up. They got that person in front for the deflection. McDonald made the deflection, went wide. Emmett Borbandy now coming in close. She's got Posey at the far side again, trying to get the shot off. Anchor got the puck from her. Not able to clear it, though, as it came to the point where Posey hung on to it. Again, back to Condrat, couldn't get the shot off. As St. Albert just tries to keep them outside. Good job by Anchor to tie up Condrat and keep her from shooting again. Beautiful save by Cameron Drever. As a one-timer chipped in front there, Laura Jordan make a nice deflection straight at Cameron Drever. They could not get it in as Cameron Drever able to hang on to that and just swallow it. There's 1 minute and 6 seconds left on this 5-on-3 penalty against the St. Albert Slash.
Well, and this is how storybook endings are potentially made. St. Albert can somehow miraculously survive this 5-on-3.
Nicole Fry passes it over to the far side, back to the slot. Fry with the one-timer. She did a huge save by Drever again. Another one off the shoulder of Drever, hit the mesh, and they will call for a face-off then. I see we have something going on here. We're waiting to see what more chatter going on. It's going to be outside the zone. Ooh. 46 seconds left as so far the St. Albert Slash weathering the storm. Out for St. Albert is McKenna Butts and Kaylee Murrah and Mackenzie Hewitt. Out for the Raiders, they still have Chloe Puttafant, Nicole Fry, Brian Trotter. Now on defense, they got Posey and Dyer.
Well, they have the big line out there, so if anybody's going to do it, these are the people that I'd be putting my money on.
Oh, Brian Trotter just had a huge chance. She got the puck intercepted in front and just couldn't get the handle on it. She had the far side open. Raiders moving the puck around, 33 seconds left. This is Nicole Fry looking for a shot through traffic. She elects to wind up and shoot, goes off the legs of McKenna Butts.
Well, St. Albert is 22 seconds away from killing this off, and I'd have to believe that'd give them a huge boost.
Brianne Trotter over to Posey. Posey's looking to shoot through traffic. In front of the net was Nicole Fry. Couldn't stay on her feet, though, as now McDyer shooting through traffic.
Oh, and there it is.
Hewitt.
There it is.
Huge kill. Amazing.
Well, more and more you start to feel like this is Rocky Mountain Raiders' game to lose rather than to win. They're not the offensive powerhouse they've been all year. Maybe gripping the sticks just a little too tight, and the Slash weathering that 2-minute 5-on-3.
This is going to give the Slash huge motivation as they go deeper into this overtime period. Now it's 5-on-5 until the next stoppage of play. This is the Raiders now. Both teams even strength after the Slash have just weathered a 5-on-3 onslaught thanks to a concurrent penalty, two penalties, 2 2-minute penalties at the same time. Taylor Anker taking a nice shot there, and Gabriella Durrani having to swallow that one.
Well, the thing that you know, now that the referees had called the 2 penalties, especially at the same time, they're not going to be inclined to call another one on Slash before they find one for the Rocky Raiders. It's just natural that they're not going to.
They'll keep an eye out for it.
It's got to be there, but you know, it's not looking in the Rocky Mountain Raiders' favor.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far as a referee. I would, if it's going to be called, it's going to be called. But you certainly, if it's a questionable one, it might lean that way. But in an overtime period, you really have to be careful on it because the games have been replayed for less.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a game of momentum, and certainly right now I think the Slash have taken some momentum there, and they big sigh of relief killing that penalty off, and now they put their work boots back on, and
we're back to 4-on-4. Sorry, Darcy.
Yep.
As Moropoulos takes that face off now, back to the point where McKenna Butts elects not to shoot, but puts the puck over to Taylor Anker. Back to Butts for the one-timer. Stopped there by Borbandy off of her left skate. Madison Willen. Chloe Putafant doing a good job. Willen not quite able to hold the puck in as Brianne Trotter muscles her off the puck. Taylor Anker has the puck deep in the Lloydminster zone. Chloe Putafant on the forecheck. McKenna Butts now has it. She passes it forward to Tyra Moropoulos. Moropoulos being watched by Jordan and Emma Borbandy. Jordan comes up with the puck and she puts it forward to Putafant, and here comes another one.
Here it is.
This time the Raiders are going to go short. It's you called it. It's Emma Borbandy going for a body checking call at 9:20 of this overtime period.
We certainly know that the referees are not purposely going to be calling a penalty for the Raiders, but you just know that it's in their minds.
Well, you got to you have to be careful. You don't give them an easy excuse.
Yeah, and they gave them the opportunity. If those first 2 penalties were penalties, that was a penalty. So.
Yeah, so that 9:20 of this overtime period, the Raiders find themselves on the receiving end of a penalty, and it's going to be 4-on-3.
Well, and Gabrielle Durante's going to need to come up big here if her Rocky Mountain Raiders are going to weather this 2-minute storm.
Laura Jordan winning that battle in the face-off. She's been very strong for the Raiders in this game, but now Kruger comes up with it, backhands it over to Hewitt. Hewitt steps in, shot through traffic, goes wide and right. Again, Durante has the best goals against average in this tournament, so they're really going to have to work to put that puck on her.
Oh, and now I don't know if you noticed that, Stuart. The defenseman
without a stick, Mike Dyer.
There it is. And
they got the rebound. There you go. Puck spits out. Number 19, Mackenzie Hewitt, makes no mistake, and she buries that puck far side. Once again, St. Albert Slash coming out on top to win the provincial championships. They are once again gold medal championships in the 2018 Major AAA female hockey. Wow. The faces on the players of the Raiders say it all. How much these players put into these games, and obviously St. Albert Slash just ecstatic that they are going to go on to compete for Alberta.
horrible for one team. But yet, how do you describe that? I know from personal experience that the slash came back on the Chiefs, and you can see that change coming. And for them to battle back twice in this tournament, first against us, and to win in overtime in the opening game of the tournament, and to finish it off, coming back 6.9 seconds left to tie it, and battling through 2 minutes of 5-on-3.
As you said, that was really the big turning point in this overtime. If they could weather that 2-minute storm of 5-on-3, it would be very hard to stop the momentum they would have in the rest of the overtime period. And of course, it was only 2 minutes later that they put that puck in to give them the gold medal.
Well, while we got a moment to catch our breath, let's take a quick look at that replay. But you could just see it coming with the defenseman losing her stick.
13 seconds into that penalty to the Raiders. The St. Albert slash, able to capitalize and put that puck top corner, and I feel horrible for Durrani. She played so well through this tournament. These are the first 2 goals to go in against her, but you know what? 4 goals to go in on her.
Now in here, we watch this play develop. The defenseman for the Raiders doesn't have a stick. There it is. And then everybody gets scrounging.
Puck spits out. Yep. But like you said, it's going to be just the slightest mistake, and there's only so much you can do, and eventually one team's going to win. So we'll stay online here and stream the rest of the proceedings here to show both teams getting their silver and gold medals. So those of you not here can take part and enjoy it. And again, a big congratulations to both teams for their fabulous efforts in battle going through this weekend-long tournament of the Hockey Alberta 2018 Midget AAA Female Championships. St. Albert coming on top over the Rocky Raiders 3-2, and the Raiders coming in with the silver medal for the second year in a row, Connor. For the second year in a row, St. Albert slash going on to represent Hockey Alberta.
There it is. There it is.
Western Finals and on to hopefully the Nationals.
Well, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe the SO Cup is in the building because the St. Albert Slash still had it. I know a couple of our players who played with the Slash last year and were fortunate enough to win the SO Cup. Cassidy Maplethorpe and Hannah McDonald had it with them, so maybe it bringing a little bit of extra luck to the Slash, knowing that the trophy that they own and defend was in the building. So again, I'm not sure. Storybook ending, fitting ending. I'm not sure how you put it into words. Agony, defeat, and the feeling of sudden victory like that. It's incredible.
Just give you a moment to watch and enjoy what the players are going through. You see hugs and handshakes. Again, a fabulous effort on both teams getting this far, and it's a big credit to the St. Albert Slash for, like you said, weathering that 5-on-3 shortage in this overtime period, and then ending up getting the 2-minute penalty against the Raiders, which the 13 seconds into that resulted in the Slash number 19 Mackenzie Hewitt being able to put that puck home.
Their dedication, without the officials, we cannot play. Each official awarding the gold medal game receives a commemorative whistle from Hockey Alberta. Thank you. Joining Vern Cooley with Crunch Fitness is 2 of the emergency medical technicians. HSE Services was here throughout the tournament providing emergency medical assistance when necessary. Thank you to HFC their support. Player of the game for the Rocky Mountain Raiders, number 16, Chloe Putafon.
Chloe Putafon gets the Raiders player of the game.
Player of the game for the St. Albert Slash, number 19, Mackenzie Hewitt.
Mackenzie Hewitt with 2 goals in this game gets the player of the game for the St. Albert Slash. She's the one who put this final game-winning goal in overtime, as well as the first goal of their foray. So 2 of the 3 goals they got were scored by Mackenzie Hewitt.
On behalf of Hockey Alberta is Jason Reynolds, Vice President, Female Midget AAA of the Alberta Female Hockey League.
Jason Reynolds, the VP of Midget AAA Female Hockey, is from Hockey Alberta, will be awarding the medals this game. Now we first go through the silver medals.
Number 1, Stephanie Rock. Number 2, Sydney Trotter. Number 4, Natalie Funk. Number 5, Sarah Lamont. Number 6, Mallory Dyer. Number 7, Tina Fox. Number 8, Isabella Posey. Number 9, Mary McDonald. Number 10, Laura Jordan. Number 11, Pat O'Bandy. Number 12, Kate Lewis. Kara Conrad. 15, Amber O'Bandy. 16, Chloe Putafon. 17, Meg Dyer. 18, Rhiannon Trotter. 19, Nicole Fry. 20, Laura Elliott. 21, Josie McLeod. 31, Gabriella Durante. Coaching staff, Paul Portcausen, Travis Stevenson, Clancy Todd, and Lisa Rosengarten. And for the two-time provincial champion, gold medalist, Number 2, Kaya Bale. Charlotte Kerwood. 4, Taylor Anchor. 5, Isabella LaJoy. 6, Mackenzie Butts. 7, Keely Morale. 8, Robin Short. 9, Allison Wright. 11, Jamie Doyle. 12, Ira Garoppolo. 14, Jamie Bogdan. 15, Libby Langenham. 16, Lexi Butts. 17, Vanessa Provincial. 19, Mackenzie Hewitt. 21, Kirsten Legge. 22, Madison Willen. 23, McKenna Shuttler. 29, Cameron Grieger. 31, Amanda Say. 50, Cheryl Fairshurst and Courtney Garoppolo. Your 2018 Provincial Champion, our female hockey champion, St. Albert Slash.
Well, there you have it, Darcy. That's the 2018 champions, the gold medal champions this year.
Tremendous season this year. Have a safe trip home and all the best for the rest of the year and your future members of hockey.
So that closes out the 2018-2017 season for the Alberta Major Girls Midget AAA League.
Well, that is exciting. And here they get their provincial banner or a plaque.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain off the ice as the photographer will take a picture and summarize. Parents, please stay off the ice until the photographer is done with his picture and we'll let you know when you come on the ice.
So, Darcy, there you have it. That closes out this season. This closes out this tournament. Thank you very much for putting this all together. Everybody come together.
Well, if anybody could tell how much time and effort you put into helping me put this together, I think, as we said, on behalf of the Red Deer Sutter Fund Chiefs, thank you to everybody that came to the tournament. Congratulations to the St. Albert Slash and the Rocky Mountain Raiders as well for playing in the Gold Medal Championship game. And a special thank you to Stuart Hill for putting up with me this week and before and assisting me through the entire process of getting this live stream up and running. So fantastic. Thank you very much. And to the Calgary Fire, don't worry. I do think he's coming back. But there's rumor that there's a lucrative contract from the Red Deer Chiefs to maybe bring him down this way. So you might want to sweeten the pot and how you take care of this man. He did an excellent job. So thanks very much, Stuart. And while they're taking their picture, why don't we take another look at that replay of the final goal? Might as well take a look before we shut things down and go from there.
Great idea. Let's close it out with the replay on that game-winning goal by Mackenzie Hewitt. Puck on her at the 8:55 mark.
I don't know if you noticed that, Stuart.
Without the stick, Mike Dyer.
There it is.
And they got the rebound. There you go. Puck spits out. There you have it. That was the game-winning goal in this 2018 tournament for the girls, the Midget AAA Female Hockey Alberta Provincials.
Yes, and congratulations again to the St. Albert Slash. who move on to play the winner of the BC Championship, and again have an opportunity to defend their SO Cup National Championship and bring it back to Alberta yet again.
I'll run through the sponsors once, and then I'll finish on that screen and let the sound run. Yeah.
Exciting game.
Wow. Yeah, that's. I'll let you probably have a rhythm in terms of how you're rapping. So
That's okay. Yeah. It's time. I'm actually going to make a turn back toward the lake.
Oh, are you?
Check out, make sure the cabin's okay. No problems with it. Open the book on summer. A lot of people here from St. Albert. Good showing.